Torrens, Mauricio, Rojas, Pache, and Clough for the New York Mets. For the St. Louis Cardinals, their record on the spring is 8-4. Oliver Marmo's lineup starts off with Mason Wynn. He'll be at shortstop, followed by Alec Burleson. He'll be the first baseman with Nolan Gorman at third. J.J. Weatherholt will be in the cleanup spot. He'll be at second base with Pedro Pajes. He will be behind the plate. Joshua Baez gets a start. He will be in right field with Victor Scott the second in center field. Chase Davis is a designated hitter this afternoon. And Miguel Ugueto will be in left field for the Cardinals. So it'll be Wynn, Burleson, Gorman, Weatherholt, Pajes, Baez, Scott the second, Davis, and Ugueto for the St. Louis Cardinals. Matt Pauley will have the first pitch when we come back on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar.
At DSW, we ask the important questions, like, what shoes are you going to wear? Whether you're prepping for wedding season, festival season, or just planning the ultimate vacay, the right shoes can make or break an RSVP. So own the moment. You've got big plans, and we've got just the shoes. At the perfect price, of course. Get ready to get ready with Designer Shoe Warehouse. Head to your DSW store or DSW.com today and let us surprise you.
Hey, want a cookie? Oh, I know you just ate, so you're craving something a little sweet. Besides, one cookie isn't gonna kill you. How about half? Just a bite? Bite it. Bite it. Bite it.
Food noise isn't fair, but Mochi Health is. Your affordable GLP-1 source that puts you on a path to successful weight loss by quieting food noise.
Bite it.
Shh. Learn more at joinmochi.com. Mochi members have access to licensed physicians and nutritionists. Results may vary.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
Hey, it's Flo here to say drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Nice. With my new savings, I'll get some hiking gear. It'll be great for my outdoor era.
I don't know if it counts as an era if you just buy stuff.
I got a cute hiking backpack. It's an outdoor era.
Well, you only bought one thing. I don't think it's an era.
Well, I think we're in a agree to disagree era.
Yeah, sure, you're probably right. Anyway, with the money you could save by switching to Progressive, you can afford to switch to other things in life. It's
my savings era.
Also, everything you do is not an era.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company.
Well, we just had our national anthem played by a young man that was playing it via Jimi Hendrix on the guitar. He did a really nice job. As we are going to have a pretty full house here at Roger Dean Stadium this afternoon, the Cardinals and the New York Mets. And to be quite honest with you, if not for the Cardinals or the Mets, the other teams don't draw well. So when these two teams get together, it's a pretty nice crowd that we have here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium as spring training is well underway. A lot of St. Louisans are already down here, and we'll start to see more and more fall in over the next couple of weeks. So if you're thinking about it, I'd love to have you come down. I don't know where you're going to stay. I'm not sure how you're going to eat, but come on down, and you just never know what could happen. As the Cardinals and the Mets are going to get this on. Let me tell you about our umpires today. John Bacon's going to be behind the plate. He will be working with Chris Conroy, Carlos Torres, and Edwin Moscoso. They will be our umpires this afternoon. We've seen John Bacon work before, and he's pretty good behind the plate in the times we had a chance to watch him play. As the lineup cards are being brought out by the respective coaches for the New York Mets, and they'll exchange lineups and shake a hand or two and get things underway. As the Cardinals and the Mets will do business this afternoon. Redbirds are going to be home for a while. They have today and tomorrow we have the Miami Marlins on hand. And so that should be a lot of fun. And as I mentioned in the outset, the Cardinals do not travel beyond Port St. Lucie for the remainder of the spring, which is good for everybody if you don't like car rides. So the way it shakes out, the Redbirds will have the Miami Marlins tomorrow. And then on Tuesday, the Baltimore Orioles roll into town. Monday, the Baltimore Orioles. And then the Redbirds are in Houston, down the road in West Palm Beach. And that's how things shake out for the upcoming games for the beginning of the week as we get things going. And this week, you're going to see some changes. I wouldn't be surprised to see some players get sent out today, as now you have an idea of what you have. And when you look at this ball club and you say, okay, we're good here, we're good there, still question mark about left field. The pitching has done extremely well so far. But you'll start to see players play a little longer. You'll start to see the regulars in the ball game a little bit more. Not as many guys wearing 97 or 98 that we're not familiar with. And we'll start to really see this game and this team kind of come together as we get set for 2026 as far as the regular season is concerned. So it'll be more fun for us to watch the games. It'll be more fun for you to hear about the players who are really going to have an impact. As I always like to remind people, the first couple of weeks of the season, when you see the box scores and you say to yourself, man, they didn't play well. Well, when you look after the sixth inning and look at the names who are in the game and you look at who's pitching, most of those guys, if not all of them, won't have an impact on the team in 2026. So you have to take that into account. So the first 6 innings are probably the most important. That's going to extend a little bit more starting this week as the Cardinals have taken the field. We mentioned Kyle Lehey is going to get the start today. He's still trying to find his way as far as being a starter. As you know, he was very good out of the bullpen, a guy that gave you multiple innings. So we'll see if he can stretch that out a little bit more. And it's going to take a little time, but I think it's a great opportunity for him as the Cardinals are trying to figure out what that rotation is going to look like starting on opening day. And to be honest with you, what it looks like now, today, March 7th, won't look the same way come March 26th, for sure. And there may be some changes. There may be some acquisitions. There may be some people that will move on. But let's just see how things unfold. But I like the direction of this ball club as we speak, with a lot of guys starting to get some at-bats, maybe a few more at-bats. Talking to J.J. Weatherholt about that today, and he made the point of having to play every day. He likes to play every day to be more consistent and see more pitches. And I said, be careful for what you wish for, but I think you'll see him playing a little bit more, and he's starting to really feel what's going on as far as his pitch selection is concerned. He leads the team in walks already. So there's a lot of good things going on with him and some other Cardinals, and we'll tell you a little bit more about that in just a bit. But we want to remind you that our first pitch today is sponsored by Rawlings, the official baseball of Major League Baseball. And for the first pitch this afternoon is my partner, his last game of the spring. We're going to hear more from him during the season. It's going to be fun to talk and play with Matt Pauley this afternoon.
Clay, it's great to be alongside of you today. Again, we are at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. Cardinals and Mets, Kyle Lehey on the mound. This is a big start for him coming off his last outing where he gave up 4 runs in 2 2/3 innings. Oliver Marmol acknowledged today that they do want to see a step forward today from Lehey as he shows a little bit more length. They'd like to get him through 4 innings. That's right about where the starting pitchers are at right now for the Cardinals. So the first pitch of the day from Lehey to Tauchman, and that is just going to miss for a ball, and the count's 1-0.
Well, yeah, Mike Tauchman, we remember him from his days in Chicago where he took a home run away from someone late to end the game, and he had some big hits as a Chicago Cub, but he's been around.
Next delivery, this is lifted high and deep to left field. The left fielder Ugetto on the run at the wall, and that's going to be a foul ball just barely.
Just barely, as we can't really get a good look at it, so you really have to pay attention to the umpire. From where we sit now, they've made some adjustments in the ballpark where the left field line is not something we can see all the way to the foul pole. So I always look for the umpire. If he throws the field goals up, then we know it's foul. If he starts twirling his hand, we know it's a home run.
The Champions Club is amazing, but it's not amazing for the view of the left
No,
corner.
I bet it's fun to sit out there.
Yeah.
It's not fun when you're trying to do a ball game.
1 ball, 1 strike. Tauchman at the plate, the Mets leadoff hitter. Kyle Lehey on the mound. Lehey via pitch com gets the sign, and the fastball misses up high. In Lehey's last appearance, he gave up 4 runs in 2 2/3 innings. Now, 2 of those runs came on a Connor Griffin home run, and he kind of recovered well after that. The 2-1 delivery, that's fouled left field side. That is going to go all the way over the aforementioned Champions Club here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. The count's even at 2-2.
You know, you mentioned Lehey recovering after giving up the home run. That's the one thing. You just have to stay out of that big inning, giving up that home run, and also making sure you get the next batter out.
2-2 pitch just misses inside, maybe a little bit high at the same time. So that's going to run the count full, 3-2. And time taken by Tauchman as he's going to step out for a second. If you're Lehey, you probably want to avoid these full counts.
Yes. It can make a very short afternoon.
First full count pitch of the day. 3-2. Bat is broken. It's lined to the second baseman, Weatherholt. He jumps for it. I don't know if he needed to jump, but he makes the catch nonetheless. As Tachman lines out to Weatherholt. The bat went almost to the infield dirt, about halfway between first and second. The bat boy goes and gets that. That was sawed off right towards down at the knob. 95-mile-per-hour fastball from Lehey did that. You know the pitchers love it when they saw off a hitter.
Yeah, that's almost as good as a strikeout.
So here's Jorge Polanco at the plate, the switch-hitting DH. Bats as a lefty against the right-hander Lehey, and the first pitch called for a strike, and the count's 0-1 as Lehey takes something off that.
You know, we're trying to get to know this Mets team. They made a lot of changes in the offseason, considering the fact they missed the playoffs.
0-1 delivery. That's a strike as well.
Polanco was one of those additions in the offseason.
I've always been a fan of their president of baseball operations, David Stearns. Thought in some ways the way the Mets were built last year was kind of outside of his DNA. And I thought...
Because they spent a lot of money?
Yeah. And I think the Mets are going to be better this year because they're going to be more in how he wants to design a team. They still got a guy named Juan Soto there, though. The 0-2 hit foul down the first base line. One of the highest paid players.
Soto will be there longer than Stearns.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
How long was this deal? It was at least 10 years.
Yeah, it's a long deal.
Way too long.
You don't like those long contracts.
I don't.
0-2. Strike 3 called. That was a beautiful pitch. The changeup fools Polanco. He just watches that thing come and just touch the bottom portion of the zone. 2 up, 2 down. That was perfectly placed by Lehey.
Yeah, that was a pitch that he talked about early in the spring that he had been working on, knowing that he was going to need a couple more pitches in his arsenal. And that's one of the pitches he's worked on. And I think for him, seeing how a batter reacted gave him the confidence to continue to throw it.
Bo Bichette is at the plate, another new Met. He signed a free agent deal as the first pitch misses low and away. Soto's deal was 15 years and $765 million. Long contract.
It's a long time.
Counts
He'll
one.
outlast everybody.
Hit out to right field. The right fielder Baez goes back. Now he comes back in. He misread it. He dives and he makes the catch. Might not have looked pretty, but he makes the catch. That's all that matters. And it's a 1-2-3 top of the first. No scores. We go to the bottom of the inning.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
Hey, it's Flo here to say drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Nice. With my new savings, I'll get some hiking gear. It'll be great for my outdoor era.
I don't know if it counts as an era if you just buy stuff.
I got a cute hiking backpack. It's an outdoor era.
Well, you only bought one thing. I don't think it's an era.
Well, I think we're in a agree to disagree era.
Yeah, sure, you're probably right. Anyway, with the money you could save by switching to Progressive, you can afford to switch to other things in life. It's
my savings era.
Also, everything you do is not an era.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Kodai Senga on the mound as he makes his first Grapefruit League start of the year, and his first pitch to Mason Wynn misses low for a ball, 1-0. Senga had an interesting year last year. He was dominant early on, got injured, was not good after he came back from injury. As the next pitch misses as well, and the count's 2-0, ended up at AAA. So his final numbers last year with a 3.02 ERA do not tell the story. because he was pitching to basically a sub-2 ERA for a while and then was 5 after the injury. As the next pitch, a four-seamer gets in for a strike, and the count's 2-1, and Mason Wynn asks for time.
At 33 years old, the injury bug has been his biggest nemesis since he's come over to the majors just 3 years ago. He's been hurt every year.
When he's on, he's one of the better pitchers in baseball. 2-1 pitch. Strike called on the inside portion. Mason Wynn didn't like the call, but he's also not going to challenge it.
Look good from here.
Sometimes you don't know if you don't like the call or don't like your own decision that you didn't swing at.
Good point. There's a lot of guys, and I think that's going to be even more exposed this year.
2-2, lifted to shallow left field. Left fielder Rojas going out. The shortstop Mauricio, I should say Rojas coming in, Mauricio going out. It's Mauricio make the catch. So that's the first out. Alec Burleson comes up to the plate, gives us the opportunity to tell you that this game is brought to you by Budweiser, official beer sponsor of Major League Baseball. Crack open the game with Budweiser and enjoy unrivaled flavor and refreshment. Burleson, left-handed hitting first baseman in the first pitch that he sees. It's called for a strike, and the count's 0-1. We did have a late lineup change. Ivan Herrera was initially the DH today. He got scratched. We have yet to hear why he was scratched. I'm sure Oliver Marmol will share that with us during his post-game media. 0-1 pitch right there for a strike, and very quickly the count's 0-2. That was a fastball that touched about 98 miles per hour from Singa. Let's see what he gives to Burleson on the 0-2. Fouled back into the screen.
Burley's just 2 for 11 on the spring, but he's one of those guys you really don't worry about, what you're going to get out of him. And I think the fact that he's in a different position as far as playing first base probably wants to see more pitches than normal because they're going to pitch him differently now.
Here's the 0-2. That's bounced in. The thing with Burleson last year was him being disciplined and not swinging at some pitches that he could make contact with. And that probably is something that he's going to have to almost reprocess on an annual basis because he's lived his life making contact with everything.
Yeah, but you want good contact.
Yeah.
I think that's what he's looking for now.
1-2, swings, fouls it away. Third base side and out of play.
Yeah, and I think he wants to put it in play with authority. He wants to do more slugging in that situation compared to just getting the scratch hit and just the bloops and things of that. Hey, I'll take him, but I think he knows he has to do more damage.
He just barely gets a piece of another 1-2 pitch. That was the fork ball from Singa. Singa will throw a ton of different pitches. And that's what it takes with starting pitchers in today's baseball.
Yeah, I think the 2 and 3 pitch pitcher is almost like a dinosaur now. You have to be able to expand your repertoire.
Cardinals have 2 or 3 guys in their rotation that are 6 or 7 pitchers. Next one, this is hit to shallow right field. That's going to drop down in front of the right fielder, Tachman. That's a 1-out single for Alec Burleson. And it's the first hit of the day for the Cardinals, who had 10 runs on 13 hits yesterday. They won 10-2 yesterday, and they only out-hit the Orioles 13-12.
Timely hitting. Yeah. That's what it sounds like.
Nolan Gorman's at the plate now.
That was a good way to go about his hitting approach with Burleson. Didn't try and do too much with that pitch, but again, as you touched on, making contact. It was good contact, just keeping that ball in play.
First baseman Beatty is going to hold Burleson on. First pitch, Gorman swings on the fastball, fouls it. Third base side, just like that, the count's 0-1. We saw Nolan Gorman hit his second home run of spring 2 games ago against Pittsburgh. That's so key for him. If he can show power this year, a lot of the other stuff doesn't matter quite as much.
I think it's more contact. The power is going to come. But he has to be in a position to be able to make more contact. The strikeout ratio is just too high for him to be effective, especially if he's going to hit in the middle of the order.
This low 1-1. I think really we're saying the same thing because, Claves, if he's making contact, he's hitting home runs.
He's going to give it a ride.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. But a guy who really is not a pull hitter, he likes to go to the alleys, and that's the sign of a good hitter in the first place.
Next pitch to Gorman, misses outside, 2-1. Wind, by the way, it is blowing in from right field at the moment. That can change. Let me say that in a different way. That will change.
Any second now.
Singa's 2-1. hit on the ground, first base side. The second baseman, Clough Fields, out at second, turn to first in time. It's a 4-6-3 double play, and that's going to finish things off here in the bottom of the first inning. No score as we go to the second.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Scoreless between the Cardinals and the Mets as we are in the top of the second. Kyle Lehey back out onto the mound for his second inning of work, and his first pitch to Brett Beatty, high and away for a ball, 1-0. Interestingly enough, Kyle Lehey threw 12 pitches in the first inning. Kodai Senga threw 4 more at 16. Kind of felt like Lehey threw more than Senga. I think it's because he went 3-2 on that one at bat. But Lehey ended up really getting back in there and didn't throw that many pitches in the first inning. 1-0 pitch to Beatty, fouled off. Again, left field line, and again over the Champions Club and out of here.
Brett Beatty has been a head scratcher. He was a first-round pick in 2019, 12th overall, and has not been able to truly establish a home or a position with the Mets. He was a third baseman, a DH, and now he's playing some first base, and he'll split duty there with Polanco.
1-1 pitch called for a strike, 1-2. There's been multiple times where he has had every opportunity to win a job, and he just has been unable to grab onto anything. The 1-2 hit on the ground, up the middle. Shortstop Wynn to his left field, throws over to first, and he gets him. Heck of a play by the Gold Glover Mason Wynn. 6-3 for those of you scoring at home. And Luis Torrens, the catcher, will now come up to the plate.
You know, we talk about Mason Wynn and the great throwing arm, but one of the things I really have come to appreciate about him is his range and his anticipation. It's kind of Ozzie-like, where Ozzie was always in the right spot, where he didn't have the great throwing arm that Mason has, but he was able to get in the right spot and had a great transfer, really got the ball out of his hand quickly, and Mason's starting to do the same thing.
First pitch up high. Oh, check that. It's called for a strike. Counts 0-1. Yeah, that was a lot of ground that Mason Wynn made up right there. Next pitch low and away. According to StatCast, Mason Wynn got up to about 20 feet per second running. The 1-1 delivery, that's high. 2 balls, 1 strike.
So I'm assuming that's a good pace.
I think so. I don't think I could run 20 feet a second.
I'd probably have to stop after 12 feet. I'd have to get a breather.
Base is empty. 2-1 hit on the ground. Wynn going to his left. Gets to it on a foot-first slide. Pops up, throws over to first. How about that? Back-to-back fantastic plays by Mason Wynn.
I know people think about, well, why would I come watch the Cardinals this year? Mason Wynn is that guy who's worth watching. He's worth the price of admission, just those 2 plays alone.
Step into legendary living at One Cardinal Way, luxury apartments overlooking Busch Stadium. Your 2026 game day experience starts at home. Begin your legacy at onecardinalway.com. Next pitch, or first pitch, I should say, to Ronnie Mauricio, the switch-hitting shortstop. Missed for a ball, 1-0. Fastball from Lehey. Mason Wynn is in midseason form defensively. Next pitch, up the middle. Lehey gets to it, hops for it, and then overhands to first. Burleson there covering 3 ground balls. None of them leave the infield, and that's a 1-2-3 top of the second. Still no scores. We go to the bottom.
Do you want free internet forever? Yeah, we thought so. That's why Spectrum is giving you just that. Free fiber-powered internet forever when you switch and get 4 mobile lines from Spectrum. No internet bills, no taxes, no late fees. Just fast fiber-powered internet. Call 833-901-0178 to find out how. But hurry, this deal won't last forever. Once more, 833-901-0178. Or visit spectrum.com/free forever to learn more.
Carpal tunnel syndrome. Heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Hey, it's Flo here to say drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Nice. With my new savings, I'll get some hiking gear. It'll be great for my outdoor era.
I don't know if it counts as an era if you just buy stuff.
I got a cute hiking backpack. It's an outdoor era.
Well, you only bought one thing. I don't think it's an era.
Well, I think we're in a agree to disagree era.
Yeah, sure, you're probably right. Anyway, with the money you could save by switching to Progressive, you can afford to switch to other things in life. It's
my savings era.
Also, everything you do is not an era.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates.
J.J. Weatherholt leading things off in the bottom of the second inning. No score. First pitch from Kodai Senga. In there for a strike, the count's 0-1. That was the slider from Senga. Weatherholt is putting up fantastic spring numbers as he takes the 0-1 low, 1-1. Maybe the most impressive thing is Weatherholt has drawn a walk in all but one of the 7 games he's played in coming into this game.
He has 7 so far on the spring with just 3 strikeouts.
Here's the 1-1, and that misses as well.
I was talking to him at the cage today about, what do you see? And he said, well, I'm seeing a lot of fastballs, but I'm sure that's going to change. So he wants to see more pitches just from a recognition standpoint, but so far, so good.
2-1, lifted, foul, third base side, out of play. Counts even at 2-2. That was a cutter from Kodai Senga. This is a good guy for Weatherholt to face.
True. Very good point.
Weatherholt, Pajes, and Baez all coming up to the plate here in the bottom of the second. No score between the Cardinals and the Mets. Only hit of the day came from Alec Burleson. Next pitch to Weatherholt. Swings, just barely taps it foul. I think he's frustrated with himself. That might have been a pitch that he could have done something with, but that was that forkball.
He was a little out in front. He topped it more than anything else. And as you just touched on, with Senga having so many pitches, these are pitches that JJ's probably never seen before from a guy who really knows what he's doing on the mound.
The count remains even at 2-2. Weatherholt has played to pull the ball. Third baseman Bichette way off the third base line. Here's the 2-2. Strike 3 called on the slider. I think that was a really good experience for J.J. Weatherholt, even though he struck out.
Yeah, you'll file that. You file that whole at bat away, just the pitch sequence alone, because he saw, about 5 different pitches?
Yeah, it was a bunch, and that's a really good thing for him to be able to take in. So here's Pedro Pajes at the plate. First pitch to him, fouled off the end of the bat, so that means it goes out on the first base side of things. Counts 0-1.
Pete only has one hit on the spring, and just talking to him, telling us about how much he worked on the offense in better conditioning to be able to go longer in the season. He understands hitting. It's just hard for him to execute some things. So he's made a couple subtle adjustments in the batter's box, and hopefully it'll come about for his favor.
A one delivery, holds up his swing. They're going to appeal, and the first base umpire says he went. That's a tough call. And when things aren't going your way, those are the kind of calls that go against you.
2 strikes gets to you a lot quicker, it seems like.
So the count's 0-2 on the Cardinal catcher Pajes, and he takes one low and away for a ball. That was the slider from Kodai Senga, making his first start of Grapefruit League play. Alongside of Mike Claiborne, I'm Matt Pauley. Ryan Schulter, our producer engineer. Michael Langston is back at our St. Louis studio today.
Langston.
Yeah.
All right.
Base is empty. Here's a 1-2. Fouled back into the stands. Actually goes into the kind of the roofing structure. Let's see if it comes back down.
I think that one skipped over.
People are ready. There's a certain amount of time that passes that, you know what, it's not coming. It's not coming.
Michael Langston, one of the all-time greats.
He is.
That worked with us in our booth for a couple of years.
1-2 from Senga. Right off the end of the bat and into the Cardinals dugout. Hopefully everybody's okay. Somebody's giving Pies the business.
Hey, I'm trying to make the team, too.
He's saying, hit it the other way.
Other side of the line, not over here.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Pies fouled it back. That one was aimed for Clay, but there's a net there to help him out.
You saw the reaction. I wasn't trying to catch it. I was just trying to get closer to you. I figured he couldn't get both of us.
Got a wider target over
We
here.
had one that came back here and cracked the window here about 10 years ago.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Next pitch, Pies takes it low. You know, they put in brand new windows, so you're just asking for a broken window at some point this spring.
Window World, where are you? And these windows actually work where you can open and close them. Last set of windows, they were kind of like a guillotine.
There was a bodybuilder that we had on staff.
Yes. That was his only job.
Yeah, just open and close windows.
No matter how much WD-40 he would spray on them, wasn't going to work.
Here's the 2-2. That's taken down the right field line, and it's just going to go foul.
You know, one of the things about Pajes, and we've seen this before, where he will battle. He will foul off, and a lot of times you really get winded, and, you know, that's where the conditioning comes into play, being able to still be able to put a good swing on a pitch. Let's see how things work on this at-bat. 2-2 count.
Here it comes. Hits it out to right field. The right fielder, Tachman, on the run, and he makes a foot-first slide to make the catch. Second out of the inning gives us the opportunity to pause for station identification on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar. Here's Joshua Baez in the lineup for a second day in a row. He hit a home run yesterday that was a monster shot. 2 outs in the inning. First pitch, he hits this one high and deep. Rojas and Pache going back. They're looking up at the track. Pache on the run, and that is over the wall. A home run. Joshua Baez goes deep for the second time in as many days, and the Cardinals are out on top. It's 1-0 here in the bottom of the second.
Joshua Baez on that easy swing that he has. You talk about a person who's really made an improvement from this time last year to where we're at now. He's going to make them take a longer look at him. They're either going to send him out soon or he's going to stick around to the last day. Another good at-bat from Joshua Baez. And I remember when the Cardinals drafted him and they brought him into St. Louis a few years ago. And he was from Massachusetts. And I was concerned about the fact that, you know, how much ball does he actually play with the weather in Massachusetts? And now he's found some warm weather, and he's doing some damage.
Victor Scott, the second at the plate. 0-1 pitch, missed slow and away for a ball. 1-1, 388 feet on that home run from Baez as that thing just kept sailing and sailing and sailing. And that wind is blowing in from right field, so he did not get any help from the wind at all. Next pitch low for a ball. 2-1 the count.
And I got to be honest with you, man, I didn't think he hit it that well.
I didn't either. I was a little surprised that it found its way out. Here's the 2-1. That's taken the other way. The left fielder Rojas on the run, and he makes a nice running catch for the final out of the inning. But the Cardinals get a run on a Joshua Baez dinger. It's 1-0 as we go to the third.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM. Missouri.
Top of the third inning we go, and Jose Rojas leads things off for the New York Mets. Rojas looking for his first hit of the spring as we go back to the mound with Kyle Lehey, his third inning of work. Rojas swinging from the left side, sees a called strike. It'll be the bottom of the order. It'll be Rojas, Pache, and Clough for the Mets as the Cardinals lead this one 1-0 in the top of the third. The next pitch from Lehey inside for a ball.
Lehey's faced the minimum 6 today. Claib's only 1 ball has even gotten off the infield.
A lot different from our last outing for Kyle. Another pitch from Kyle. There's a ground ball foul down the first base line. As we have a chance to visit with the senior vice president, he's got a really huge title. Anoop Kananaratne is with us with the St. Louis Cardinals. First of all, it's good to see you, sir.
You, Klebs.
A lot of things going on in St. Louis we'll talk about here in just a bit as Lehey comes to the plate. Breaking ball, that's fouled out of play. As I mentioned, a lot of things going on in St. Louis, and the one thing I'm hearing so much about is the Big Mac Land program.
Yeah, unlimited eats. That's really taken off.
Something about baseball and food, it just seems like it's a happy marriage.
Yeah. You know, I think we've heard from our fans that they want value. You know, they want different options, and affordability is important.
Another pitch on the way. It's inside for a ball.
I'm on social media the other day going through videos like we all do, and there I get a clip from WFAN in New York. I'm going, why is this being delivered to me? It was Craig Carden talking about the Cardinals' $29 deal.
Swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Rojas. He checks with the umpire and says, was that a strike? Well, you swung at it, so I guess it is. So that's how we start things off here in the third inning.
Yeah, it's incredible how much coverage it got nationally. I saw a post somewhere, I think ESPN or somewhere, it was called the best food promotion in baseball. So that's what we got to keep doing.
There you go. And throw in a good baseball team they're going to have a chance to come out and see in 2026. There's a pitch outside for a ball to Christian Pache. Pache's been around a little bit. Atlanta, Oakland, Philadelphia, and Arizona before he ends up with the New York Mets. He's a right-handed hitter. He can play some center field. Another pitch is a breaking ball on the corner for a called strike. So we have that big promotion and a lot of other fun things at the ballpark this year. What are you most happy with as far as 2026?
Well, I think the biggest thing was our media situation, TV broadcast, which, this year was we got the news.
We have our first challenge of the afternoon on whether it was a ball or not.
So we got the news in December that
survey says it's a strike. It's overturned.
Well, that's another new thing this year is the whole ABS.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of feels like a game show. We're just waiting on the end result here. I've got to go Richard Dawson survey says. I'm dating myself now about Richard Dawson. As now time is called by Pache. And you were saying?
Yeah, I was saying the biggest thing is, going on MLB Media, moving away from our FanDuel Sports Network and taking more control over the TV broadcasts.
As Lehey has his location, here's his pitch. There's a ground ball to the shortstop. That's Mason Wynn. He's up. He's over. He's out. 2 down. Interesting you bring that up because I know there are like a few people who do watch TV. Most people are listening to Cardinal baseball, which has always been a good idea as far as I'm concerned. Mm-hmm. But with that being said, the one thing I hear is how are we going to see the games?
Yeah.
How's that going to work out? And is it going to cost me more?
Yeah, so it's not going to cost more. In fact, the streaming option is cheaper than it was last year. It's $99 for the season.
There's a ground ball to the second baseman. That's J.J. Weatherhall. He's up. He's over. He's out. A 1-2-3 inning for Kyle Lehey. We'll come back and talk a little bit more with Anouk as we go to the bottom of the third. Cardinals lead 1-0.
Do you want free internet forever? Yeah, we thought so. That's why Spectrum is giving you just that. Free fiber-powered internet forever when you switch and get 4 mobile lines from Spectrum. No internet bills, no taxes, no late fees. Just fast fiber-powered internet. Call 833-901-0178 to find out how. But hurry, this deal won't last forever. Once more, 833-901-0178. Or visit spectrum.com/freeforever to learn more.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Hey, it's Flo here to say drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Nice. With my new savings, I'll get some hiking gear. It'll be great for my outdoor era.
I don't know if it counts as an era if you just buy stuff.
I got a cute hiking backpack. It's an outdoor era.
Well, you only bought one thing. I don't think it's an era.
Well, I think we're in a agree to disagree era.
Yeah, sure, you're probably right. Anyway, with the money you could save by switching to Progressive, you can afford to switch to other things in life. It's
my savings era.
Also, everything you do is not an era.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates.
Chase Davis stands in for the Cardinals. He is the designated hitter this afternoon. He bats on the left side. Chase was at one time a first-round draft choice for the Cardinals, and he's trying to make his way to the big leagues, and he's gotten off to a pretty good start this spring. 4 for 14, swings and misses on that pitch. We're visiting with Senior Vice President Anouk Kanonarotny, and we've addressed the TV issue a little bit, so you'll make an announcement on where, when, and how they can find things on TV.
We will.
Should they not be near a radio?
Correct. And honestly, the main thing that's changing is the name of the network is now Cardinals TV, which, we like that name change. And in terms of how to watch it, it's going to be very similar to last year. The channel numbers might change if you're watching on cable, and that we will make an announcement on.
As Davis swings and misses, he's down on strikes.
So we'll announce the channel numbers in the coming weeks. But if you watch it by streaming it, you'll be able to stream it. Like I said, it's at a lower price point than it was last year, and it's through the MLB app, which is a really great product if you haven't used that already. And then we'll be doing the over-the-air games with Cam OV, 10 free games, mainly on Friday nights. So it'll be very similar to last year.
Miguel, Ugetto stands in. This is our first real look at him. He was in the Boston organization. He has good speed. He bats from the right side. He's playing left field today. And there's Ricky Horton and his lovely wife, Ann. Why does she always look better than him? Maybe
not
because
hard
I
to
don't see her as much as I see him on a regular basis. I'm kind of getting used to looking at him. So the gang's all here. Everybody's going to fall in this booth at some point today as time is called by Ugetto. So what else can we look forward to in 2026?
So another thing we're working on is really enhancing what we do on Sundays for young families. So in addition to a lot of the things that we historically have done, like ice cream Sundays or run the bases or a lot of other activities, there's going to be increased activities that we're doing that really will entertain the young families.
Another pitch to Ugetto, and he pops this one in left field. That ball's drifting back at the wall, and it is gone for a home run. The umpire had to wait to see where the ball landed, and Ugetto, with his first at bat as a Cardinal in this situation, hits a home run. The Redbirds now lead by a score of 2-0. Man, I'm not sure if everybody thought that ball left the park. We had to kind of take a deep breath, but the umpire had to go out and take a long look at it, and he said, yep, it's a home run. So the Cardinals now have a 2-0 lead.
We felt the same way on the Baez home run. Weren't sure if that was going to get out, but maybe there's a jet stream out there that are pushing things either way. Really good to see a young guy like Ugetto have that kind of success.
We'll take it as Mason Wynn stands in. Mason popped out to the shortstop his first time up. He sees the first pitch call on the outside corner. You were saying Sunday's going to be a lot more fun for kids.
Yeah, Sundays is going to be a lot more fun. We'll be doing 6 kids parties. We're launching a new kids club that's going to be free to join. A lot of great fun activities for kids.
My 6-year-old daughter will be all in on that.
Absolutely.
She, I love it. So she loves the Cardinals, and she has to go to bed most nights before they get done.
Is that because you tell her she has to, or
I mean,
it's suggested within
we
the
don't want to
household.
see her in the morning if she doesn't get her sleep. But every morning she asks the question: did the Cardinals win or lose last night? She wants to know. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I have an 8-year-old who's the same way. Wants to watch the highlights in the morning, and it's awesome. That's.
As Wynn swings and misses, he finds himself with a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
Yeah, so we're really focusing on, that's the next generation of Cardinal fans, and we need to do a better job and work harder at making sure that the next generation is as passionate about Cardinal baseball as the current one.
Wynn with a 2-ball, 2-strike count, 1 out, pitch on the way. That one's outside, basically in the dirt, so now the count's run full. So we're all ready for opening day. That'll be here before we know it, and that's always been a fun day. You've had a chance to experience a couple of them now.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's the most anticipated day other than postseason, which we're going to get to. But I think that's the one day it's kind of like an unofficial holiday. There's a ground ball to the second baseman. He's up. He's over. And Mason Wynn is out. And that's the second out of the inning.
It really is. It's an unofficial holiday. It feels like an official holiday to some. And it's just such a special way to celebrate the history and the heritage and the tradition that the St. Louis Cardinals embody and what it means to the city.
Carlos Torres is talking to his pitcher, Senga, and that's going to do it for him today. And we're going to have a pitching change. It's brought to you by Goodwill. Give hope, give local, give Goodwill. We will be right back.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Jeffrey Yon is now the new reliever for the Mets. He's a left-hander, 29 years old. He's 6'3", 195 pounds, and he is from the Dominican Republic. He was with Colorado last season, so he's trying to impress the Mets. He's facing Alec Burleson with a 2-ball, no-strike count. Cardinals have scored a run here in the bottom of the third with a home run as Burley looks at a pitch that's a called strike. Good breaking ball from Jeffrey Yon. Y-A-N is how you spell it.
I like the way you say Dominican Republic.
Dominican Republic.
Yes.
One of my favorite countries to visit. Another pitch inside corner for a called strike. Or as we like to say back home, the DR.
Yeah.
For all my homies on the island down there.
I've never visited. I've always
You ought to go.
Yeah.
I got a couple spots for you. As Burleson with a 2-2 count, it's on the way. And as a ground ball to the shortstop under his glove for a base hit. So Burleson with 2 hits on the afternoon. That'll pump up the average a little bit. Nice piece of hitting once again. Burley didn't try and do too much with that pitch. He went the other way. The shortstop was playing him toward the bag, and he hit it into that open spot. And it goes into left field. So the Cardinals have a runner at first with 2 out. They've already scored a run, and that brings up Nolan Gorman.
Someday I'm going to go down there to one of the Dominican Winter League games. I've always wanted to experience that.
You have not lived until you've gone to one of those games. Trust me. You almost think you're at a party, and then you look out on the field. Oh, my goodness, they're playing baseball. There's a tapper right back to the mound. Jan comes up with it, throws the first 4 of the out, and the Cardinals are done for the 3rd inning. But they score a run on the home run by Ugetto. We go to the 4th inning. Redbirds lead 2-0.
Do you want gig internet for $50 a month? You got it. Because now Spectrum is offering fiber-powered gig internet for just $50 a month. Really? You can get smoother streaming, gaming, and working with the fastest and most reliable internet. All with advanced Wi-Fi, so your whole home is covered. Spectrum fiber-powered gig internet for just $50 a month. Want it? Visit spectrum.com/get50 to learn more.
Hey, it's Flo here to say drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Nice. With my new savings, I'll get some hiking gear. It'll be great for my outdoor era.
I don't know if it counts as an era if you just buy stuff.
I got a cute hiking backpack. It's an outdoor era.
Well, you only bought one thing. I don't think it's an era.
Well, I think we're in a agree to disagree era.
Yeah, sure, you're probably right. Anyway, with the money you could save by switching to Progressive, you can afford to switch to other things in life. It's
my savings era.
Also, everything you do is not an era.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Think again. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store today and we'll give you a better deal. Now, what to do with your unwanted bills? Ever seen an origami version of the Statue of Liberty? Jokes aside, Verizon has the most ways to save on phones and plans where everyone in the family can choose their own plan and save. So bring in your bill to your local Verizon store today and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on root metric true score report dated 1H2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person looking at the deal. Additional terms apply.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025
Top of the 4th, we go, and the leadoff man for the Mets is Mike Tauchman. He stands in from the left side. The first pitch he sees from Kyle Lehey is just a bit low. Tauchman lined out to the second baseman to start the ball game off. He's 3 for 9 on the spring. He's hit 1 home run. He waits on the next pitch, and he pops this one foul down the left field line into the Champions Club. A new addition here at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. Tauchman went to University of Bradley University in Illinois. He's been with Colorado, the Yankees, the Cubs, the White Sox, and now trying to latch on to the New York Met organization as he says a pitch just a little high for a ball.
Sure, we got a few Bradley fans listening to us
Bradley
right now.
Braves, yeah.
In Peoria.
It's one of the great spots. What a good program they've had over the years. Peoria, one of our great listening areas as well. There's a Tapper foul. And, of course, the home of the Springfield, the Peoria Redbirds, Cardinals there. Organization.
High A team there. When I was working in the Midwest League, they were a low A team, but after minor league baseball did a bunch of changes a few years back, the Midwest League.
They moved up a step.
They did.
Good for them.
And that's when the Palm Beach Cardinals came down from high A to low A.
Pitch inside for a ball to Tauchman. Hey, voting is now open for the 2026 Cardinals Hall of Fame presented by Edward Jones. You can visit cardinals.com/HOF now through April 17th and cast your vote for one of the 4 deserving Cardinal greats. Next pitch at Tauchman, called strike 3. Good pitch by Lehey. He threw him a slider. Tauchman thought maybe it was a little outside, but it was a good pitch from Lehey, and now then we have our first out of the inning. And by the way, the candidates, Yadier Molina, Brian Jordan, George Hendrick, Albert Pujols. You like any of those guys?
Yeah, I like a few of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think at least 2 of them have a really good chance. I'm just saying. All right, so that's a strikeout for Tauchman. That's his second. That's Lehey's 3rd strikeout of the afternoon. That brings in Jorge Polanco, who was his first strikeout victim. The first pitch to Polanco is a strike.
Claves, if you're so confident that there's a ball 4 that you start walking down the first base line, then it gets called a. Aren't you morally obligated to challenge?
You have to. You have to check swing. You go around. Yes, he did. So it's a strike. So he's in the hole, 0-2. Polanco, so far on the spring, is 1 for 3. He bats from the left side. He's going to play some first base for the Mets this season. He swings and misses, and he goes down on strikes. So Lehey has found the groove with his 4th strikeout of the afternoon.
Facing the order for the 2nd time through. You never face an order a 3rd time through in spring. So
a lot of times you don't do it in the regular season.
Lehey looks really good. This is obviously and clearly his best spring performance. And again, Oliver Marmol this morning did kind of vault this up as an important step for him.
So that brings in Bo Bichette. Bichette sees the first pitch. It's a beauty for a called strike right down the middle. Don't forget the World Baseball Classic is underway, featuring MLB All-Stars as they take the field to represent their countries. You can visit worldbaseballclassic.com to see every matchup.
Been some good games in the WBC.
They've had some good games, and then we realize there's a few countries that are a little short.
Yes.
They're all short on pitching, that's for sure. I mean, if you're a major league team, you don't want to have your aces pitching too much in that. They want to stay on their routine. There's a pop-up foul out of play down the right field line. He has his location. Here's his pitch. Swing and a miss, and he got it done. 3 up, 3 strikeouts, 3 out for the Redbirds. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Nice work, Kyle Lehey. Redbirds lead 2-0.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Do you want free internet forever? Yeah, we thought so. That's why Spectrum is giving you just that. Free fiber-powered internet forever when you switch and get 4 mobile lines from Spectrum. No internet bills, no taxes, no late fees. Just fast fiber-powered internet. Call 833-901-0178 to find out how. But hurry, This deal won't last forever. Once more, 833-901-0178 or visit spectrum.com/freeforever to learn more.
Hey, it's Flo here to say drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Nice. With my new savings, I'll get some hiking gear. It'll be great for my outdoor era.
I don't know if it counts as an era if you just buy stuff.
I got a cute hiking backpack. It's an outdoor era.
Well, you only bought one thing. I don't think it's an era.
Well, I think we're in a agree to disagree era.
Yeah, sure, you're probably right. Anyway, with the money you could save by switching to Progressive, you can afford to switch to other things in life. It's
my savings era.
Also, everything you do is not an era.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates.
We go to the bottom of the fourth, and the Cardinals will have J.J. Weatherholt leading off. He will take on Luis Garcia, who is in relief for the New York Mets. We saw Luis at one point. He was a Cardinal for part of a season, and he has been around. He's 39 years old. His first pitch to Weatherholt is a called strike. Garcia started with the Philadelphia Phillies, found himself with the Angels for one season, the Texas Rangers, the New York Yankees, the San Diego Padres, back to the Angels, back to the Dodgers, and now with the New York Mets. And he did have a cup of coffee with the Cardinals as he gets another pitch in for a ball, low for a ball.
Teams want him. When you play for that many teams, that means there's a lot of teams that want you.
Everybody loves somebody sometime, as Dean Martin once said. As Garcia pitching from the stretch, his next pitch on the way, there's a tapper to the shortstop. He was in the right spot at the right time. That's Mauricio. He's over to first for the first out of the inning. We owe you a station break, and you'll get it right now on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar. Pedro Pages stands in. Pages flew to right his first time up, but he had a really good at bat. He fouled off quite a few pitches just to get pitch recognition. And this time last year, Pages would have gone down on strikes, but he's a battler. The first pitch he sees from Garcia is low for a ball. They play him straight up on the infield, basically shaded a little bit to right field, the center field. There's a ground ball to the third baseman. That's Bichette. He's up and over, and he's out. So Luis Garcia is retired the first two, so be careful here as Joshua Baez already owns a home run on the afternoon. Hey, don't forget, on Saturday, April 25th, Busch Stadium hosts the 21st annual Pooches in the Ballpark, and you can enjoy the game with man's best friend by your side. Tickets are on sale right now at cardinals.com/Pooches. I have the same dog. I've had the same dog since 2010, and every year I think about this is the year I'm taking Maya down there. And there's a check swing by Baez back to Garcia. He lets the catcher field it up and over for the out. So 3 up, 3 down for the Mets as they retire the Cardinals. We go to the fifth inning, and Matt Pauley will have it for you as Redbirds lead this one 2-0.
Do you want gig internet for $50 a month? You got it. Because now Spectrum is offering fiber-powered gig internet for just $50 a month. Really? You can get smoother streaming, gaming, and working with the fastest and most reliable internet. All with advanced Wi-Fi.
One at 90 miles an hour. Underway right on time at 65 degrees, at 6:05, beg your pardon. 6:05 first pitch. Dominguez, switch hitter from the left side, his much stronger side. As a switch hitter, the 1-0. And a swing and a drive, straightaway center, sending Dylan Cruz moving back, shy of the warning track, waiting. He makes the catch. So Gray gets an out on the fly to center just to the left of the 4:06 mark, retiring Dominguez. 75 degrees, our official game time temperature here on a gorgeous night in West Palm Beach. J.C. Escarra, left-handed in catcher, will bat second against Gray, who did retire Dominguez on a fastball. Escarra, 3 for 10 this spring. Had 3 stints in the big leagues last year as a backup catcher. The first offering. Off-speed delivery, a slider for a strike at 88. Gray pitched into the second inning against Houston on Monday, but couldn't finish the inning. Although he did, in essence, record 4 outs, even though he was only credited with 2. The 0-1. Called strike, a slider at the belt, 0-2. There was a fly ball to left field that Dalen Lyle misplayed with a fierce wind. Dropped in for a double. And then Gray had a strike 3 to end the inning, but the ball was in the dirt, got away from the catcher, and the batter reached. After a timeout, Escarra back into the left-handed hitter's box, the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Down he goes on the curveball. So 3 straight off-speed pitches, 2 sliders and a curve, and that is out number 2. The Nationals defensively, Luis Garcia Jr. at first, Jose Tena at second, C.J. Abrams at short, Brady House the third baseman, James Wood in left, Dylan Cruz in center, Dale and Lyle in right, and Drew Millis catching. And here is George Lombard Jr. And boy, does this make you feel old. George Lombard was briefly a National. His dad pitches low and outside. 2006, Lombard ended his big league career with the Nats. 2005, I was calling games in Pawtucket. George Lombard was an outfielder on the team. He left the team for his son to be born. That was George Lombard Jr. Here's the 1-0. Down and outside, a 20-year-old drafted out of Gulliver Prep down in Miami. He is the Yankees' #1 rated prospect, according to Baseball America. Finished last season at AA Somerset. Tall right-handed batter. The 2-0. And that's low. He has a younger brother, does George, Jacob, who figures to be drafted higher than George Jr. George Jr. was the 28th pick, but this is Jacob Lombard's draft year. George Lombard, now the bench coach of the Tigers, might have a couple of big league sons. 3-0 from Gray, a fastball strike. George Lombard, incidentally, mentioned his connection to the Nationals 2006. He's currently on Mark DeRosa's coaching staff for Team USA in the WBC. Coaching first base, as he did for the Dodgers for many years before joining A.J. Hinch in Detroit. Maybe a big league manager someday. Lombard Jr. back in after a timeout. 2 outs. Nobody on. Gray deals. And a grounder chop foul off the screen in front of the Yankees dugout, third base side. Lombard struggled a bit at AA with the bat last year. Overall, he had .235 with 9 homers. He stole 35 bases at A. Hudson Valley and AA Somerset. 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball low and in dirt. Josiah Gray walks Lombard Jr. and he is aboard as a threat to run. But last year, I mean, he was basically 19-20 playing at the AA level. That's quite an advanced path. Here's big left-handed hitting center fielder Spencer Jones. Jones can mash. 35 home runs last year between AA and AAA. He has 3 home runs already this spring of his 4 hits. The pitch. High ball 1. He is a highly rated Yankees prospect, drafted out of Vanderbilt. But the one thing you get with Jones, along with the big home run total, is a huge strikeout total. Last year, 179 strikeouts at AA and AAA. Lombard creeping to a lead, and Gray picks him off. Throw to Garcia, the first baseman, chasing him to second. Flips to Abrams, and C.J. will apply the tag. And Josiah Gray gets a pickoff with Lombard trying to time his move, and he runs into the out. Pickoff will go 1-3-6. Garcia, the first baseman, executing the rundown play. Inning over, half inning complete. Yankees nothing. Nationals coming up here on the Nationals Radio Network.
Look. At DSW, we ask the important questions, like what shoes are you going to wear? Whether you're prepping for wedding season, festival season, or just planning the ultimate vacay, the right shoes can make or break an RSVP. So own the moment. You've got big plans, and we've got just the shoes. At the perfect price, of course. Get ready to get ready with Designer Shoe Warehouse. Head to your DSW store or DSW.com today and let us surprise you.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor.
126.
James Wood will lead it off. Bottom of the first inning. Yankees did not score in the top half. And on the mound, native of Brandon, Mississippi, Will Warren, who wears number 98 in the Yankees spring training uniform. Tall right-hander, 6'2", 200 pounds, to face the left-handed hitting Wood. And the wind in his first pitch. Wood cracks one toward right center field. Chasing over is the right fielder Fernandez to run it down. And Wood out on one pitch. So Wood has played mostly right field this spring, and he's batted down in the order, second, third, or yesterday fourth. But Blake Gutierrez shaking things up, putting Wood back in left field and at the top of the order. Trying a lot of different lineup combos here early in the spring. So one pitch, one out for Warren, and they'll bring in Dylan Cruz. 1 for 12 this spring with an RBI. First pitch. Warren catches the outside corner with a fastball at 95. Third start of the spring for Warren. He pitched 3 2/3 innings last Sunday against the Phillies. He made every start last year. Now timeout as catcher Escara has an issue with the pitch comm, and Warren can't hear him. Last year, Warren 33 starts, so he made every turn. His record was 9-8. 4.44 ERA, and even though he made 33 starts, he only threw 162 1/3 innings, so barely qualified for the league leaders, which you got to throw 162 innings to qualify. So he basically was a 5-inning pitcher. He only finished 6 innings or more 6 times out of 33. So it's kind of 2 times through the order, maybe 2.5, and see you later. The 0-1 in the dirt, a ball and a strike. Fastball mid-90s, a cutter, slider, and change. 1-1 to Cruz. This is outside for a ball, and it's 2-1. Yankees shade Dillon a bit the other way in the outfield. A couple of years ago, Cruz hit his first big league home run against the Yankees, and he made his debut against New York. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Flail at the sweeping slider off the outside, 2-2. It's off Carlos Rodon. Yankees a great start this spring. They're 10-3, even though they have a large contingent of players away at the WBC. 2-2 misses outside, full count. They are eagerly awaiting the return of some key members of their rotation. Garrett Cole missed all of last year, Tommy John surgery. 3-2 pitch. Cruz takes in there at the knees and immediately pats the top of his head, challenging the strike 3 call of Emil Jimenez.
Finally challenging the strike call.
So Cruz heading toward first base, and he can keep on going because that is ruled low, ball 4. So Cruz utilizes the challenge effectively on a 3-2 pitch, overturns the home plate umpire for a walk.
If you were to ask Dillon, after he'd say, I had that all the way.
He started going to first base. So he's aboard for C.J. Abrams. C.J. 2 for 15 this spring with an RBI. The pitch looks it over at the belt for a strike.
I guess the way he figured, he just walked that way, and if he doesn't get the call, he's going to the dugout anyway.
Yes, he's halfway up the line, just make the right turn. Third baseman Ornelas way off the line against Abrams. The shortstop Lombard up the middle. The kick and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. As I mentioned, Cole will start the year and probably be back pretty soon early in the year from Tommy John. Carlos Rodon, we mentioned. He had surgery in October to remove bone spur, loose bodies in the elbow, so he's going to be late to start. The set, the 0-2 in the dirt, smothered by Escara to hold the runner at first. The Yankees did add to their rotation an oft-injured pitcher, but a guy with a high ceiling in Ryan Weathers, the former Marlin. That was their big trade to kind of at least fill in, fortify until Cole and Rodon are healthy, and then maybe be a part of it later.
Saw him pitch last week. He looked amazing.
He's always had the stuff. He's just never been able to stay healthy in his time with the Padres in Miami. The 1-2, swinging a shot foul off to the left into the netting. Max Fried signed as a free agent last year. He became their ace in Cole's absence. Yankees won a wild card series last year after tying the Blue Jays with 94 wins in the AL East. The Blue Jays won the division on a tiebreaker, and so the Yankees had to play Boston in best of 3. They won that, but then lost to the Jays 3-1 in the division series. Jays really hammered their pitching staff in that series. Ball 2 strikes. The pitch. Swinging a drive foul out of play to the left. And I mean, the AL East looks just absolutely like a monstrous division, with Toronto as good as they were last year, and they added the Yankees, and Boston a contender, and the Orioles, the moves they made.
Everyone thinks the Orioles are going to bounce back.
Yeah. That could be a real dogfight for 6 months. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a fastball to the inside. Abrams fans against Warren, 2 away.
Normally you see a guy like wearing number 98 figuring he's not making the club. Well, that's what Will Warren wore all last year in the big leagues.
Well, in fairness, I mean, do the Yankees have any numbers left? I mean,
Right.
They've retired like a quarter of the numbers that have 2 digits, and they're going to retire another one.
52,
Yes.
CC Sabathia, Hall of Famer. He's going to go to Monument Park.
Here's Dalen Lyle. Pitch in there for a strike, and eventually 99's not going to be worn.
No. So there might be a time, I don't know if you and I will still be doing this, where they'll be wearing 3-digit jerseys.
Number 107 pitching for the Yankees. Here's the set. Cruz at first, 2 down, no score. The delivery. Lyle waves and misses. He's getting swings and misses on his fastball here in this first inning.
You know, Jackson Rutledge told us 79 was the worst number, but someday Yankee players would 79 still available? I'll take it.
No balls, 2 strikes. Warren delivers. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a high fastball. So living with the heat, Warren strikes out 2. Strands Cruz at first after the walk. Through an inning, no score. Nationals and Yankees on the Nationals Radio Network.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
And remember, if it ain't rude, it ain't right.
Saturday, April 18th, the Nats and Giants square off at 4:05. You can get a Nats City Connect hockey jersey. Skate on over to nationals.com/promos for your ticket. Cy Gray issued a walk with 2 outs, but then got a pickoff. So he'll work the second inning and restart his count against Spencer Jones. No score. Big left-handed hitter. Hands extended from his body as Gray fires. Tried the outside corner, and he clipped it with a slider that came in over the back door.
Big is the word. 6'7", 240. He looks like a power forward.
Now the wind, the 0-1. And he misses high. I mean, guys that big, we see it with James Wood. And I mean, even Aaron Judge, as great as he is, does strike out a lot. You have so much more area to cover in that strike zone. Jones, a ton of strikeouts in the minors. The 1-1. Low and in the dirt.
And you mentioned his numbers last year. AA, 24. He struck out 200 times.
I mean, guys who strike out that much in the minor leagues, it generally doesn't get better when you get to the big leagues. But if you can hit 35 home runs as he did in the minors, you live with some strikeouts. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. The curveball. 2-2.
Most guys that are of this type of hitter tend to get very streaky. pile up one number one way or the other.
2-2. Breaking ball hit high down the left field side and foul out of play. Lights beginning to have an effect here with our night game at Cacti Park. And remember, it's just a public service announcement to set your clocks an hour back or ahead.
Spring ahead.
Fall but that means we get less sleep. That's what I'm thinking about. 2-2 is outside. It's going to be a quick turnaround for our 1 o'clock broadcast tomorrow against Houston.
Some young person
It'll feel like noon.
Some young person's going, what do you mean set your clock? It does it itself.
Most of them.
Yes.
Maybe not the microwave. Or the stove. The 3-2. Ground ball toward the whole right side. Garcia took a step, didn't dive for it. It goes on through for a hit between Garcia, the first baseman, and Tena, the second baseman. So a leadoff single for Spencer Jones.
I wonder if the stoves and microwaves, the new ones now, do daylights like everything else.
If you can hook it into Wi-Fi. I mean, some of them you can, right? So you can like turn on your stove from your phone. So, yeah, those would, but the old-fashioned ones wouldn't.
No.
But your cars will change automatically. Your newer cars will. Here's Seth Brown. Runner goes. Pitch is a strike. The throw is not going to be in time. Ellis threw from his knees, and Spencer Jones. I mentioned the home runs. He also stole 29 bases last year, even though he's a huge guy. And he steals his second base of the spring on the first pitch strike from Gray. So Yankees have a runner in scoring position for Brown. His big league career with the Athletics. The 0-1. Seth hits one in the air to right on the line, sending Lyle back. Lyle makes the catch. Jones tags at second. He's going to third. Lyle's throw in, cut off by Abrams. Seth Brown moves the runner, lining out to right field, one away.
Brown, one of several veteran players that the Yankees have in camp, like former National Paul DeYoung. I mean, they're loaded up in case somebody has an injury. They signed Randall Grichuk just the other day. And you look at the makeup of their club, and you wonder how any of these guys could even make their club. But they need guys to play now.
Yep. Marco Luciano, designated hitter, the batter, right-handed batter. Nationals bring the infield in all the way around. Gray from the stretch delivers. Pitch a ball. A late strike call. Millis comes up pump faking to throw to third. Jones goes diving back. Pitch was called a strike.
I think Millis looked like he was ready to challenge if it wasn't called.
Yes.
It
was a late call.
Right.
Luciano, big league time in 23 and 24 with the Giants. In camp with the Yankees. The pitch. Swinging a high pop-up. This one straight up the chute on the infield. Abrams, the shortstop, will settle under it, and he makes the catch. So Gray gets a big out there. The runner at third having to hold. And 2 outs. Still no score in this one. Nationals played the Yankees early in the spring over in Tampa. The Yankees won that game 7-0. So this is the second of 2 meetings.
It's just the home and home, and the Yankees stay on the East Coast and will play the Mets in Port St. Lucie tomorrow afternoon.
Left-handed hitting infielder Jorvit Vivas. Lines one toward left center field. Wood chasing over. He's going to run it down. Reaches out, makes the catch. Vivas hit it hard, but lines out to end the inning. So Gray skirts trouble, stranding a runner at third. Inning and a half complete, no score on the Nationals Radio Network.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTRCM.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
World Baseball Classic is underway, and you can check out worldbaseballclassic.com to see every matchup. Expect everything. Harry Ford in Great Britain will take on Team USA coming up at 8 o'clock tonight. Harry Ford, Nationals catcher, homered for Great Britain yesterday. Luis Garcia Jr. leads off the bottom of the second. No score against Will Warren and the Yankees.
He was on base first 3 times to the plate.
He's had a nice start. Fly ball right center field, well hit. Chasing back Fernandez and the center fielder Jones, and Jones will run it down. About a step and a half from the warning track. Team USA last night defeated Brazil. We mentioned Aaron Judge in the WBC. This is one of the coolest things I've seen, and for folks who aren't paying attention to WBC, Aaron Judge homered in the first inning last night for Team USA. In the second inning, Brazil brought in a pitcher, a 17-year-old named Joseph Contreras, beg your pardon, Joseph. Brady House chopper to short. Big hopper for Lombard Jr. They're on to first. 2 pitches, 2 outs for Warren here in the second inning. I hope Andres Chaparro takes a pitch to get through the story, because Contreras' father is Jose Contreras, who signed a big contract with the Yankees, defecting from Cuba, then pitched for the White Sox, won a World Series in 2005, had a good big league career. Well, this is his son pitching for Brazil, 17 years old, pitching high school ball in Atlanta and facing the U.S. team loaded with all-stars. Pitch to Chaparro, taken for a strike, and he's pitching in the second inning, and all of a sudden the bases are loaded, and who comes up but Aaron Judge? And the 17-year-old Contreras' first pitch, 97, swing and a miss on a fastball by Aaron Judge. The 0-1, swing a line drive hammered to left field, but right at the left fielder, Dominguez, to make the catch. And on 4 pitches, the inning over. 2 pitches later, Contreras breaks Judge's bat. Judge grounds into a 5-4-3 double play against a 17-year-old high school pitcher. Unbelievable. I think Contreras goes back to high school thinking he's going to have a good season. He's committed to.
Yeah, was he on winter break?
He was doing homework before the game.
Aaron
Judge, he's easy. I'm going back to high school. This level's too easy. Nationals go on 4 pitches. We go to the third. No score on the Nationals radio network.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, it's Flo here to say drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Nice. With my new savings, I'll get some hiking gear. It'll be great for my outdoor era.
I don't know if it counts as an era if you just buy stuff.
I got a cute hiking backpack. It's an outdoor era.
Well, you only bought one thing. I don't think it's an era.
Well, I think we're in a agree to disagree era.
Yeah, sure, you're probably right. Anyway, with the money you could save by switching to Progressive, you can afford to switch to other things in life. It's
my savings era.
Also, everything you do is not an era.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
Turn on the home of baseball for MLB Network's spring training coverage. Get an in-depth look at every club with previews from each camp. Check it.
Pitch is swung on. Fernandez, the right fielder, with a fly ball to left center field, and Dylan Cruz to his right there to make the catch. The Nationals went out on 4 pitches, 2 batters out on 1 pitch. Now the Yankees' last 2 batters have gone out on 1 pitch each, going back to Ebas in the last inning. Now Jonathan Ornelas, the third baseman tonight for the Yankees. A minor league contract, free agent. Last year had some time in the big leagues with Texas and with Atlanta. Bluffs a bunt, takes a pitch high and away, ball one. He's in the big leagues for 4 games with Texas. Had 1 at bat and it turned it into a base on balls. Now the 1-0 delivery, swinging a high fly ball, right center field. Dalen Lyle, not deep at all, moving in shallow right center, makes the catch. 3 pitches and 2 outs for Josiah Gray. Here at the top of the 3rd inning. Notice also 2 games, had 4 at bats for the Braves last year. Now to the top of the order, and the switch hitting Jason Dominguez. The Yankees were very high on, but tough to get playing time when Trent Grisham had such a big year last year at 34 home runs, and we'll see if he can duplicate what he did last year. First pitch, low, ball one. They re-signed Cody Bellinger. Figures to be Bellinger in left, Grisham in center, of course Aaron Judge at right, and Giancarlo Stanton, the DH. Swing and a miss. Had a good off-speed pitch, and the count is 0-2. Mighty swing and a miss there. And a changeup. Dominguez is a switch hitter, but not much from the right side of the plate. Here's the wind of the pitch. Outside. 2 balls and a strike. Last year, Dominguez hit .257 in 381 at bats, 10 homers, 47 runs batted in, but only .204 right-handed, .274 left-handed, 9 of the 10 home runs left-handed. Now the wind of the pitch, swing and a miss. Evens the count 2-2 on a slider running in. So you have to think maybe this year they send Dominguez, who's still only 23, send him down to play every day rather than sit. Now the wind. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out with a curveball, and the inning's over. Second strikeout for Josiah Gray, and has his first 1-2-3 inning. Middle of the 3rd. It's New York 0 and Washington 0 on the Nationals Baseball Network.
Do you want free internet forever? Yeah, we thought so. That's why Spectrum is giving you just that. Free fiber-powered internet forever when you switch and get 4 mobile lines from Spectrum. No internet bills, no taxes, no late fees. Just fast fiber-powered internet. Call 833-901-0178 to find out how. But hurry, this deal won't last forever. Once more, 833-901-0178. Or visit spectrum.com/freeforever to learn more.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Team at Foley Mechanical. They're the real deal.
Well, if you're coming down to West Palm Beach to take in some National Spring Training Baseball, and you have to be here this weekend, join us at Duffy Sports Grill in Clematis Street tomorrow night from 7 to 8 for our National Spring Training Live show. Our guest will be Nationals reliever P.J. Poulin and outfielder Christian Franklin. And again, if you're there with us, 10% off your bill if you wear Nats gear. Show will be live on 106.7 The Fan and the Team 980 tomorrow night, 7 to 8 from Duffy's on Clematis Street, West Palm Beach. Jose Tena leads off the 3rd inning for the Nationals and takes breaking ball. It's low, ball one. Tena is 1 for 10 this spring, but has one hit a home run. 50 games in the big leagues last year, 52 at AAA Rochester. Will Warren delivers. Next offering is into the knees with a sweeping breaking ball. The count's 1-1. Switch hitting Drew Millis on deck and James Wood. Tena from the left side of the plate. Now the pitch. fastball over the inside corner called strike 1 and 2. Big spring for Tena. He is out of minor league options. So he would have to make the ball club or risk going through waivers for the Nationals to try and keep him in the organization. Swinging a ground ball up the third base line where no one's playing. It's into left field toward the corner. Scooped up by Dominguez. Tena trying for second. The throw there, the tag, and he is out. Jason Dominguez with a perfect throw to the second baseman, Jorbit Dibas, to put the tag on Tena, try to elude him. He could not. It goes 7-4. A single to left, and the put out at second base.
When Dominguez debuted in the big leagues a couple of years ago, he was tagged with the nickname the Martian because he had otherworldly tools. He showed off the arm tool right there. That was a perfect throw.
So Drew Millis, the batter. And from the left side, he pulls one to the ground, right side of the infield, fielded by the first baseman, Brown. And the flip to the pitcher, Warren, covering for the out. 2 men away. Millis 3 out of 9 now for the spring. I mean, they had the third baseman way off the line, and so the ground ball down the left field line looked like for sure a double. That was a cannon of a throw. So 2 out, nobody on, and James Wood, the batter, lined out to the right fielder Hernandez in the first inning, batting in the leadoff spot. He's now 1 for 15 this spring, still looking for that first extra base hit. And the pitch on the way. Looks it over inside, ball 1. No score, bottom of the third. Here on this Saturday night, March the 7th in West Palm Beach. And time called. We've got a pitch clock violation on Warren. So the count now becomes 2-0 to Wood. But umpire Emil Jimenez ringing him up. So we've seen a couple of pitch clock violations in our games that we have done so far, but just 2. Fastball called strike. It's 2-1.
Yeah, most of them are when pitchers come in from the bullpen and they don't complete their warm-ups by the 30-second mark and the inning break.
Yeah, the ones in game you usually don't see anymore. Now the 2-1 delivery. That's a called strike with a fastball to the inside. 95 miles an hour from Warren. Is really good stuff. When we talk about Yankees pitching, they really don't talk about Will Warren, but he had 33 starts last year in his first full season of the big leagues. Pitch on the way, low and outside, ball 3, 3-2. 168 and a third innings, 158 hits, struck out 171, walked 65, allowed 22 home runs, 250 average against him. He's 26 years of age. He delivers to Wood, swinging a ground ball toward the middle, scooped by the shortstop Lombardi, whirls and fires to first for the out. I don't know if he needed to do a 360 whirl, Dave, but it sure looked good, and he showed off his arm to do it. No runs, a hit, with a runner caught down at thrown out at second base, nobody left. At the end of 3, Yankees nothing, Nationals nothing, on the Nationals Baseball Network.
Carpal tunnel syndrome. Heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot.
And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
Equal housing lender.
Top of the fourth inning here at Cacti Park of the Palm Beaches. No score between the Nationals and the Yankees, and the Nationals will go to the bullpen for left-hander Ken Waldichuk, a former Yankees draft pick and prospect. Josiah Gray, 3 innings, no runs and a hit, a walk, a strike, 2 strikeouts, picked off a man. And so Waldichuk trying to make this club. Not to have the hitter step in, J.P. Escarra, but the clock had not been started. Home plate umpire had a signal for it. Left-handed deliver, swinging a bouncer over the mound toward the middle. Abrams crosses over to the right side near the back of the infield dirt. Fires across. Luis Garcia Jr. at first base for the out. So Escarra, who struck out in the first swing, is 0 for 2. For Waldichuk, his second Grapefruit League outing. Worked 1 inning, allowed 1 run, 1 hit, and walked a couple in that outing. So the batter now is George Lombard Jr. And Waldichuk delivers. Fastball right in there, a called strike 1.
Waldichuk was a key member of the athletics rotation, but Tommy John surgery derailed his progress.
Left-handers into the wind. And the pitch. Lombard takes low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yankees drafted Waldichuk in the 5th round in 2019 out of St. Mary's College of California. He was born in San Diego. He's into the wind and the pitch. Swinging a ground ball at the third base line. Backhanded by the third baseman. House sets a long throw to Garcia's on target for the out. Nice play by Brady House at third. And there are 2 men away. Waldichuk was claimed off waivers by the Nationals from Tampa Bay on February the 5th. He'd been acquired by Tampa Bay from Atlanta with second baseman Brett Wisely back in January. But then designated for assignment by the Rays on February the 2nd. Batter now is Spencer Jones. And he looks the first one over. A little bit inside, low, ball 1. Waldichuk was in a trade with J.P. Sears, Luis Medina, and infielder Cooper Baldwin by the Yankees to the A's. Back in August of 22 at the deadline, the Yankees received righties Frankie Montas and Lou Trevino. Swing and a miss. The count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Montas seemed to never stay healthy for the Yankees or in his time later on in his career with the Mets. Into the wind is Waldichuk, the pitch. Fastball is low. 2 balls and a strike. Waldichuk, 35 appearances, 22 starts for the A's in 2023. And diagnosed with a UCL tear and surgery after that year. Had minor surgery, but had a full Tommy John eventually, the internal brace. Flexor tendon repair in May of 24. Pitches inside, ball 3. 3-1. So he's a lot to overcome. And last year, pitched in the A's organization at AAA Las Vegas, 16 appearances, 15 starts. So trying to make a comeback. Now with the Nationals, the 3-1 fastball chopped on the ground up the first base line, a foul ball. Garcia grabs with a big first baseman's glove. Toss that one over the netting into the stands. Luis Rojas coaching at third for the Yankees. Dan Fiorito in his first year on the lines at first. Rojas, former Mets manager, his 5th year back with the Yankees under Aaron Boone. And his 9th year managing the Bronx. Left-handed hitter. Brown lined out to the right fielder Dalen Lyle. His first time up. No score. Yankees batting, 2 out, top of the 4th inning. And now Waldichuk comes set. He kicks and he delivers. Fastball right in there, a called strike 1. So these two, Waldichuk and Brown, former teammates while with the A's. No balls and a strike. Waldichuk sets. kicks and delivers. And the pitch, a fastball in for a strike. So he gets ahead of Brown 0-2. His fastball is showing mid-90s, a shade under 95 miles an hour for Waldichuk. He mixes in a slider, curve, and change. Goes 6'3", 228 pounds. He turned 28 back in early January. Left-hander, first base side of the rubber to the belt. Kick, pitch, breaking ball. Swung on line, right side, short off to the backhand by Garcia. And Luis takes it to the bag for the out to end the inning. Nice play by Luis Garcia at first base. No runs, no hits for the Yankees. A walk, they leave a man. We go to the last of the fourth inning. And it'll still be Will Warner to the mound for the Yankees. It's New York nothing, Washington nothing. The Nationals Baseball Network.
Do you want free internet forever? Yeah, we thought so. That's why Spectrum is giving you just that. Free fiber-powered internet forever when you switch and get 4 mobile lines from Spectrum. No internet bills, no taxes, no late fees. Just fast fiber-powered internet. Call 833-901-0178 to find out how. But hurry, this deal won't last forever. Once more, 833-901-0178. Or visit spectrum.com/free forever to learn more.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
It ain't right.
Last of inning number 4. Already here in West Palm Beach, Yankees and Nationals are scoreless. Will Warren, like the Nationals so far, on 1 hit, 1 walk, and thrown only 33 pitches, faces Dylan Cruz, who swings and hits one back through the middle, a base hit into left center field. Dylan Cruz right on the first pitch, sweeping breaking ball, and smacks it through the middle for his second hit of the spring. So he's walked and now he's singled, and the Nationals have a leadoff base runner. They were about to have a leadoff base runner in the third when Jose Tena went inside the third base bag and down the line, but he was thrown out trying to stretch it into a double by Yankees left fielder Jason Dominguez. Here's C.J. Abrams, who struck out swinging in the first, looks the first pitch over. Fastball outside, ball 1. As the catcher, J.P. Escar, peeked around Abrams to take a look at Dylan Cruz. Cruz stole 17 bases in 22 tries last year in the big leagues. Here's the set. Now the pitch. Abrams looks over another fastball, and it's off the plate away. 2 balls, no strikes. Victor Estevez, the Nationals' new third base coach, flashing signals from just outside coach's box. Corey Gray is on the lines at first. Cruz out to the lead, held by Brown. He's running the pitch low, and there'll be no throw. He dives in, a stolen base uncontested for Dylan Cruz. That pitch was low and away, and watching Escar, Dave, he had to turn his glove over to backhand, so he wasn't really able to shoot out of there, even make a throw. He wisely just held on to it.
He conceded it.
First steal of the spring. He went on the sweeping breaking ball. Good pitch to go on. And now, pitch on the way. Abrams takes. That's over the inside corner. Called strike with a fastball. Dalen Lyle is on deck. Shortstop Lombard shading the middle. Outfield is straight away on Abrams. Now the kick and the pitch. Too low, ball 4. Missed with a fastball. The Nationals have runners first and second. and nobody out. Don't miss the excitement of opening day at Nationals Park after the Nationals open the season on the road in Chicago and Philadelphia. Friday, April 3rd will be the Nats and the defending champion Dodgers at 1:05. Again on Saturday the 4th at 4:05. Sunday the 5th at 1:35. Reserve your seats for the opening series at nationals.com/tickets.
Well, Abrams doesn't pile up the hits so far this spring, but he has drawn 5 walks.
You like that?
Absolutely.
Warren checks Cruz at second. Pitch to Lyles, swung on and fouled straight back into the netting. Lyles struck out swinging. He went down on 3 pitches, 1 looking, 2 swinging in the first. Third baseman Ornelas shortening up a bit. Just a step deep of the bag and off the line against the left-handed hitter. Here's the set, the pitch. Breaking ball fouled back into the screen, strike 2. Luis Garcia Jr. waits to hit next. Lyle using his timeout here. Wearing his brand new number 4 in the back of the Nationals Curly W red jersey. Home white pants tonight. Yankees in the road gray pants, navy blue. Spring training road tops, New York in block lettering across the front. Swinging a line drive down the left field line, foul. The Yankees were these in the spring on the road. They have a similar one at home with the interlocking NY, but they're not jerseys you ever see in the regular season, because the Yankees wear the pinstripes at home and the gray on the road, and that's it and that's all.
Aaron Judge has found it weird to have the name on the back of his jersey on Team USA. Not used to that.
No balls, 2 strikes the count. Pickoff play on at second. Cruz diving back in and gets there ahead of the throw to the shortstop Lombard. Yankees missing some position players, some pitchers participating in the World Baseball Classic. Next offering swung on and popped up foul left side out of play. Mentioned Judge for Team USA along with reliever David Bednar and first baseman Paul Goldschmidt, who re-signed with the Yankees. Reliever Camilo Doval, catcher Austin Wells, former Nationals infielder Ahmed Rosario, all for the Dominican Republic. Pitcher Fernando Cruz, Jazz Chisholm Jr., Cruz for Puerto Rico. Swinging a chopping ground ball to the right side, fielded by Brown. He'll go to the bag to get the out. The first of the inning, the runners move up to second and third. Rosario playing for the Dominican Republic, Cruz for Puerto Rico, Elmer Rodriguez for Puerto Rico, Jazz Chisholm Jr. for Great Britain, along with the Nationals catcher Harry Ford. Jose Caballero's playing for Panama, minor leaguer Harrison Cohen for Israel. So now runners second and third for Luis Garcia Jr., who has driven in 3 runs this spring. Infield in for the Yankees and a fastball in for a strike.
Be a nice test for Harry Ford tonight playing for Team Great Britain. He gets to face Tarek Skubal.
In Skubal's lone appearance in the WBC. So he's going to pitch once. That's it. Now the set. Here's the pitch. And the fastball outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Interesting alignment. The Yankees have the infield in 3 out of the 4. The second baseman Vivas playing back normal depth.
And I don't think I've seen anyone do this. You know, it would make sense if you had this huge left-handed power hitter who hits the ball 120 miles an hour. Now the pitch. Fastball, a called strike. I guess they're figuring pull side. He's more likely to hit there and keep the ball in the infield to get an out. It'd be a good question to ask, though. Aaron Boone, why is your second baseman back? Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul came up and hit Garcia in the leg, 2-2.
Well, something to try in the spring. It's not a formation you usually see in the regular season, but maybe certain hitters, they would utilize it. So Garcia will have to thread the needle. Ground ball to the second baseman brings in a run. Anywhere else, you might have a play at the plate if Cruz goes on contact.
Lombard's shortstop in front of the runners in on the grass up the middle. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball toward him. He skips off the mound. He has it now, trying to get it out. He slips. He had the runner at third stop, and so Abrams was going to get caught in a rundown, but Lombard slipped trying to run at him, and so Abrams is able to get back, and Garcia's safe at first because should have been a sure out at first base.
Yeah, that'll go as a fielder's choice, and really Abrams, I don't know if clearly the contact play was not on. Abrams assumed Cruz was running, and CJ was going to run into an out, but you mentioned how far in front of the runner Lombard was, so he had a long way to go back to get him. Then he slipped it a little bit, and Abrams gets back and somehow gets out of trouble.
So here's Brady House with the bases loaded. Swings and drives one toward the right field line. Fernandez on the run. Makes a backhanded catch. Runners are tagging, breaking for the play. Cruz will score. Throw to second. Safe is Garcia taking a big gamble, trying to tag and go to second. Wow. They get the second out. The run scores. There would have been some question if Garcia had been out. It looked like Cruz crossed the plate before he was tagged at second base. And the Nationals lead 1-0.
For some reason, Garcia, first he made the decision to go. Halfway between first and second, he had a moment's hesitation. I don't know why he stopped. He slowed down at least. And were there replay, the Yankees might have challenged. I think Cruz did cross the plate ahead of any potential play, but Garcia almost ran into an out.
Here's Andres Chaparro, looks at a fastball called strike one.
But it's one of those, if you're going to go, go. He went and then slowed down for some reason, like he was thinking Abrams wasn't going to go. It was odd, his decision process there.
Now the pitch. Swing and a foul back. 0-2. Had he stopped, they got him in a rundown. Then the run would have scored easily.
I think that's what he was in the moment thinking, oh no, this throw might beat me. Let me get in the rundown just to ensure Cruz scores. But then he kept going. So it all worked out, barely. But to Cruz's credit, I think he anticipated the play at second, so he was not just jogging down the line. He sprinted through the plate.
Now the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Chaparro strikes out, and the inning is over. The Nationals get a run to take the lead on one hit. There was a walk, and they wind up leaving two men aboard in scoring position. The end of 4 innings in West Palm Beach. It's Washington 1, New York 0 on the Nationals Baseball Network.
Do you want free internet forever? Yeah, we thought so. That's why Spectrum is giving you just that. Free fiber-powered internet forever when you switch and get 4 mobile lines from Spectrum. No internet bills, no taxes, no late fees. Just fast fiber-powered internet. Call 833-901-0178 to find out how. But hurry, this deal won't last forever. Once more, 833-901-0178. Or visit spectrum.com/freeforever to learn more.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Nationals Baseball Network. Fifth inning, Nats 1, Yankees nothing. Once again, Dave Jack.
Pitch from Ken Waldachuk is in the dirt to Marco Luciano, beginning the top of the fifth. Second inning of work for the left-hander Waldachuk. Worked around a walk in the fourth. He'll face Luciano, Vivas, and Fernandez. The 1-0 from the lefty. Swinging a fly ball, right center field. Cruz back on it, now slowing shy of the warning track, squares up, camps under it, makes the catch. That is out number 1. I mentioned Waldachuk, former Yankee prospect, traded to then Oakland. Pitched in their rotation late 22 and all of 23. Missed the 24 season with Tommy John. And when he came back last year, he was rehabbing in the minor leagues and just really struggled to throw strikes. He walked almost a batter per inning in his time at AAA, just trying to get the release point back. Here's Jorby Bibas, the second baseman. Pitch inside of the hands, ball one. Was talking to Drew Smith today. The Nationals signed him coming off Tommy John surgery, and he said just in these couple games in the spring, you're so used to being in rehab mode, it's tough to get in game mode. The 1-0 in for a strike, and everything from fielding, covering bases, getting your release point, it takes time being off for that long. I think Waldachuk went through that last year, pitching at AAA Las Vegas. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a ground ball past them out. Abrams crosses to the right side of second, triggers onto first. Garcia handles a little bit of a high throw in time to get the out. Josiah Gray went the first 3 innings. 1 hit, no runs. So far, Waldachuk with an inning and 2/3 of hitless relief. That'll bring in Yanquiel Fernandez, who played briefly in the big leagues last year with the Rockies. He's a big left-handed hitting outfielder. Pitch, lefty to lefty. Backs him off the plate with a curveball that didn't curve. Fernandez was acquired in a waiver claim by the Yankees in early February, then designated for assignment a few days later, but he cleared and he's still in their organization. It's now a minor league invite, the 1-0, just outside. Fernandez has power, but a lot of strikeouts in his time in the big leagues with the Rockies. He also played at AAA Albuquerque. 2 outs, bases empty, 1-0 Nationals in the 5th. The pitch, slicing down the left field side. This is going to land foul and out of play. Big crowd here. Most of the seats filled in. Foul pole to foul pole, and many fans in the standing areas beyond the bullpens and on the grassy berms in left center and right center. By far the largest crowd this spring. And the Yankees have brought him out. The 2-1. Fernandez pops one in the air to right center field. Dylan Cruz moves in under it waiting. And he's got it. Good work out of the pen for Ken Waldachuk. Probably some special feelings here facing the organization that drafted him out of St. Mary's. We're halfway through. The Nationals 1, the New York Yankees nothing on the Nationals Radio Network.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Turn on the home of baseball for MLB Network's spring training coverage. Get an in-depth look at every club with previews from each camp. Check in with the players.
Trying to get dialed in and be ready to go from day one.
Check out the new rosters.
If he has 25 to 28 starts, it's going to be an absolute great year for him.
And watch the most live spring training games anywhere.
Pen for veteran right-hander Jake Bird. Nationals a 1-0 lead as they come to bat in the bottom of the 5th. Will Warren pitched well for the Yankees. 4 innings, a run on 2 hits, 2 walks, 3 Ks. Bird from the stretch delivers to Tena. Jose takes outside for a ball. Tena had a base hit up the third base line, but was thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. One of 2 Nationals hits against Warren. Bird to the plate. And that one in the dirt, almost hit Tana in the foot with a curveball. Jake Bird, we saw last year pitching out of the Rockies bullpen. He made 45 appearances in the first 4 months of the season. The Yankees acquired him at the deadline. He made 3 appearances for the Yankees. Then they sent him down, and he pitched the rest of the year at AAA. The 2-0. That's upstairs, ball 3. The Yankees made a bunch of moves to add to their bullpen last year. And Bird was one of them, but again, he made 3 appearances. He gave up 7 runs in 3 games, and that was the last they saw of him. The 3-0. Outside, 4-pitch walk. Starts the 5th inning with Jose Tena headed down to first. Bird is 30 years of age. He'd been a Rocky his entire career until his trade to the Yankees out of UCLA. Now Drew Millis. Millis grounded out his first time up. Pitch on the way. Over the inside corner, and Bird with a 94-mile-per-hour fastball has his first strike. A long hold and the pitch home. Right down the middle. The Yankees certainly had a problem with the bullpen at the deadline, and they went after it gangbusters. Brian Cashman acquired David Bednar from the Pirates, Camilo Doval from the Giants, and he was picking up all-star closers. Devin Williams had struggled. Pitch in the dirt, smothered by Escar to hold the runner. Ball 1. So Devin Williams departed. The Yankees to the Mets seem for Luke Weaver. But they still have Bednar and Doval, guys with closing experience. And we'll see if Bird finds his way back in the mix after struggling in his time with the Yankees. Now the set, throw to first. Tana back with a dive.
Weaver went across town, right?
Right, along with Devin Williams.
He showed up to Mets spring training with all his gear in a Yankees bag. That happens all the time to players.
I know, but that's not the right,
If
it had been Cardinals or anybody else, not the Yankees. Pitch is outside to Millis, 2-2.
I mean, when a player gets traded in the middle of the year, he leaves with his equipment in the bag of the team that's trading him.
2-2 on the Nats catcher. Retained at first, the pitch. Soft line drive up the middle. That's going to find its way through into right center field. Tana's going to scoot over to third. And the Nationals have runners at the corners. Lombard crossed to the right side and made a late dive, but he couldn't get to it. And so Millis able to find a hole. The Nationals are in business with nobody out.
Didn't exactly get it off the sweet spot of the bat, but punched it through. So the Nationals' chance here, 2 men on for James Wood.
It's already with a 1-0 lead. Brady House had the sac fly. Wood has lined out to right and grounded to short. Yankees will give up a run to get a double play. They play the infield back with nobody out. And the third baseman off the line. Pitch. Runs inside with the sweeper at 84.
I don't think if I'm an infielder, particularly on the right side, I want to play infield in with James Wood up.
First baseman has to go holding the runner. 1-0. Catches the outside corner. The outside corner. Cutter over the outside. 1-1. 1-3-0 for the Nationals. 0-1-1 for the Yankees. Now the pitch. Swing a hard ground ball past the diving first baseman Brown. This is going to be extra bases to the right field corner. Tana scores. Millis getting the wave around. Hill will score. Ball bobbled in right field by Fernandez. So Wood was going to stop at second. He'll dash over to third. And the Nationals lead 3-0. It'll be a double and 2 RBIs for Wood to third on the error. And a big hit for Wood, his second and third RBIs of the spring.
I'll tell you, Dave, I think Wood just was content to get a double.
Spring, yeah, that's a triple all the way back in spring training.
Right, he would have had a triple no matter whether he fielded the ball cleanly or not, as far as the right fielder Fernandez had to go to get to that ball.
In regular season, that's a triple. He just kind of shut it down going into second, stopped at second, saw Fernandez drop the ball, and kept on going.
Our stat system's giving him a triple, but they'll change.
That can't be a triple if you're watching the game. So a visit to the mound for the catcher, Escara. And the Yankees will bring the infield in now with nobody out. As Wood is at third for Dylan Cruz. A walk and a single. Stolen base and a run scored for Dylan. The kick and the pitch. Fastball just inside. Catcher pats the top of his head. We'll have a challenge.
Catcher challenge, call a ball.
Yankees' first challenge. And they're going to win it. It's a strike. About half the baseball clipped the bottom part of the zone, maybe a third of the baseball.
So each team's 1-1.
So now the count 0-1 on Cruz. Dylan actually won his challenge on a 3-2 pitch in the first inning, overturned strike 3 to ball 4. Here's the 0-1. Called strike 2. Fastball 96 over the outside corner.
Kind of funny, we just talked about when Wood was up, you don't want to be infield in on the right side. You don't want to be that guy. So the first baseman hold the runner. He has to be in, and he smokes with 105, and he's trying to olay that ball to his left.
Funny thing is, if he had stayed on the bag, he might have fielded it, but he came off the bag when the pitch delivered and went right back where he was standing. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Cruz strikes out on the sweeping breaking ball to the outside. So Bird gets his first out.
But no matter where he was, that ball was a rocket by Wood.
We've certainly had some issues with official scoring. Apparently they've charged George Lombard Jr. with an error. That was the error on the ball. When did the Yankees have an error? Before the play a moment ago. Here's Abrams with the infield in, check swing, and he held.
For what, the fielder's choice when he slipped?
Yeah.
How's that an error?
It's not. But they gave him an error, and right now they're still giving Wood a triple, even though that was 1,000% a double and an error. Now the 1-0. In there, a called strike. Now no one is going to, appeal or get all that worked up over spring training official scoring decisions, but both those scoring decisions are absolutely wrong.
Well,
here's the set, the pitch. Breaking ball low. Wood stopped at second. The right fielder dropped the ball. Wood went to third. That is 100% textbook an error on the right fielder. Now the set. 2-1 to Abrams. Check swing and a ball moving inside on him, ball 3. And again, the Lombard play, he tried to make a play on the runner Abrams and slipped and never made a throw. He technically never made a misplay. He didn't bobble the ball, drop the ball, or throw the ball away. The 3-1. Swinging a high pop-up, shallow left, racing in the left fielder Dominguez. This is going to be too shallow for Wood to try it. Dominguez makes the catch. That's the second out of the inning. So Wood, standing on third, has been left there with the first 2 outs. And Aaron Boone's going to come out to make a pitching change.
Dave, the late, great Yankees broadcaster, Hall of Fame shortstop, Phil Rizzuto, he used to have a scoring for maybe what the official scorer would need to use, only I don't think there's something in the computer for, but WW. And Bill White was, so what's WW's? Wasn't watching.
I think they're 2 for 2 and wasn't watching. Pitching change. Nationals 3, Yankees nothing on the Nationals.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTRCM.
In Virginia.
The tall right-hander Yerry De Los Santos will face Dalen Lyle with James Wood at third. The Nationals have scored twice in this inning, and they lead the Yankees 3-0. De Los Santos made 25 appearances out of the Yankees' pen last season. And from the stretch throws, swing and a miss by Lyle for a strike. He was up and down 4 separate stints with New York. Also pitched at AAA Scranton Wilkes-Barre. 0-1 from De Los Santos. Swinging a pop-up left side. That'll make it strike 2 on the foul fly. James Wood with a 2 RBI extra base hit here in this inning.
Which is still a triple.
Never was a triple, but I guess it always will be. The 0-2. Lyle just gets a piece, fouls it in the dirt, a changeup. Lyle struck out on 3 pitches in the first. Will Warren pumped fastballs by him. Then Lyle grounded out to the first baseman, advancing a couple of runners in the fourth. Big lead off third for Wood with the third baseman Ornelas off the line. The Yankee right-hander pitches. Swing a high fly ball up into the night sky. The right fielder Fernandez moving in on it. Still moving in. Makes the one-handed catch. And Lyle almost all the way to second base. Side retired. The Nationals had 2 on Wood's big hit. And after 5 here in West Palm, the Nationals 3, the Yankees nothing on the Nationals Radio Network.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Smooth accelerators. When that light turns green, you're off. Like a warm knife through firm butter. Going from 0 to the speed limit in an appropriate amount of time. Sure, your car has horsepower, but your horses prance around as silky smooth as your right foot. Fancy Prancerton. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Made in Virginia.
Show your attitude with a closet refresh and a batting practice pullover giveaway Tuesday, April 7th when the Nationals play host to the Cardinals at 6:45. Get your tickets now. Check out all this season's promotions at nationals.com/promos. Ken Waldichuk will continue his relief outing. Nationals 3, Yankees nothing. 6th inning. Here's Charlie Slows.
All right, thank you, Dave. Third baseman Jonathan Ornelas leading off. Right-handed hitter against Waldichuk delivers first pitch low, ball 1. Waldichuk in his 3rd inning. Looked pretty good so far. Now the wind of the left-hander delivers. Swing and a foul back and out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now the wind, left-hander delivers. Too high to the outside, 2 balls and a strike. Ornelas flied out to right center field his first time up. Now he's ready. He winds and delivers. Swing and a miss. Good changeup. Swung over the top of that one, diving down. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nationals have not yet made any substitutions yet, other than Waldichuk in relief of Josiah Gray, who pitched 3 scoreless innings. 32 pitches over 3 innings, was very efficient. Now the wind, and Waldichuk delivers, swing and a pop-up foul over the screen first base side and in amongst the paying customers. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Waldichuk starts his windup, and the pitch low inside. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Left-hander winds, Waldichuk delivers, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Came back to get him with a fastball running down and in at 94 miles an hour. So Waldichuk, very impressive. Only one man has reached. And now to the top of the order, and Jason Dominguez turns around to bat right-handed, which, as we mentioned earlier, was very much a struggle for him so far in the big leagues. First pitch, breaking balls, 2 high, ball 1, starting him off with a curve. Batting left-handed, fly to deep left center in the first, struck out swinging in the second, and now he's going to challenge this pitch, and the Nationals are, and it's called a strike. So Drew Millis with another successful challenge. And the Nats are 2 for 2 in challenges tonight. Wait a second, we lost. It's called a strike. Pitch, swing, and a miss. It was the batter challenging, pardon me. And he lost, so the Yankees are 1 out of 2. But Drew Millis is very good at it, so I'm sure see it before the night is over. The wind by Waldichuk, the pitch. Swinging a ground ball toward the hole. It's through a base hit into left field, out of the reach of the diving Abrams. The Yankees have their second hit of the game. And so the hit for Dominguez, batting right-handed. Now to bring up the catcher, J.P. Escara, left-handed hitter against the left-handed pitcher. He struck out swinging, grounded to second. And now Waldichuk sets. And the pitch, fastball up and in, ball 1. Nationals leading 3-0. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Now a throw to first. The runner dives in back safely. Luis Garcia Jr. applying the tag. And now the left-hander ready. The pitch. Fastball bounced right side. Fielded by Tana to second for 1. Abrams to first, not in time. Big hop for Tana, who fielded it off his left side, then had to turn around to throw to second. Kind of a whirl around. Just not enough time to turn 2 on a ball like that. That was kind of chopped. So they get the force 4-6 at second. A racing Dominguez and Escara now the runner at first. With George Lombard Jr., the shortstop, coming up. He has walked, been picked off and caught stealing. Back in the first, grounded to third. Nice play by Brady House to throw him out in the 4th. Step back and throw. All in one motion by Waldichuk, and Garcia handles that, the runner back standing. Lombard slightly open stance, knees slightly bent, the bat chest high, and here's the pitch. Fastball, low and inside, ball 1. As mentioned, Lombard only 20 years of age, 6'2", and goes at about 190. The kick, here it comes. Swing and a miss. Changeup from Waldichuk. He's mixed it up and, for the most part, had these Yankees hitters off stride.
Lombard was a great athlete in high school. He was an all-state soccer player as well.
Now the pitch, swing and a grounder foul off the screen in front of the Yankees dug out of the third base side.
So many guys focus on one sport, but Lombard could have played college soccer had he gone that route. Sometimes you appreciate, you give your baseball muscles a rest, work on the other muscles, get more athletic playing soccer.
Fastball too high, 2-2. It also looks like it's the body of a quarterback, right? An elite athlete's body. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the set. And the pitch. At check swing, he went too far. That is strike 3, and the inning is over. So no runs for the Yankees. 1 hit. They leave a man aboard, middle of the 6th inning. Nationals 3, Yankees nothing on the Nationals Baseball Network.
Do you want free internet forever? Yeah, we thought so. That's why Spectrum is giving you just that. Free fiber-powered internet forever when you switch and get 4 mobile lines from Spectrum. No internet bills, no taxes, no late fees. Just fast fiber-powered internet. Call 833-901-0178 to find out how. But hurry, this deal won't last forever. Once more, 833-901-0178. Or visit spectrum.com/freeforever to learn more.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We go to the bottom of the 6th inning here at Cacti Park of the Palm Beaches. Nationals 3, the Yankees nothing. There is nothing like going to your first Major League game, so bring the kids to Kids Opening Day. That's Sunday, April 19th. The Nationals host the San Francisco Giants at 1:35. Kids 12 and under will receive a free sleeveless hoodie. Get your tickets at nationals.com/promos. Yeri De Los Santos got the final out of the 5th inning. He will start the bottom of the 6th inning for the Yankees. And Luis Garcia Jr. will lead off against him. First pitch swung on, fouled back into the screen for strike 1. From the stretch, first base side of the rubber delivers. Fastball hit hard to right field. Moving over and back, the right fielder Fernandez makes the catch off his right side. Good contact for Garcia, lines out to right center. One down to the bottom of the 6th inning. Brady House coming up. He's bounced to short and drove in a run with a sacrifice fly to right field in the 4th inning. We're back with you again tomorrow afternoon. It'll be a quick turnaround, especially with 1 hour less sleep. Now the pitch, low outside, ball 1. It'll feel like a 12:05 game, but it's a 1:05 game tomorrow for the Nationals and Astros. And we'll be on the air on 106.7 The Fan at 1 o'clock straight up. Nationals baseball on the radio. Pitch on the way, swung on, and a looping liner foul outside of first, and House cracked his bat. So he's over toward the Nationals dugout of the first base side to get a new piece of lumber. There's a chance to remind you that this copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Washington Nationals Baseball Club and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent of the Washington Nationals. There's no maybes and there's no buts about it.
Don't do it. I'm telling you that for years. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball
Called strike. You can only listen to it for fun, Dave.
Don't try to profit on it.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Down the pitch. Fastball outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Then you must have express written consent. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a tapper foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Have you ever applied? You'll probably be denied.
For express written consent?
Right. Have you ever gotten the written consent?
Do you even know how to do that?
No. It's all by email now.
2-2 is high. Ball 3. But I guess you have to have even through email or electronic, some type of message.
Some consent.
Yes.
Expressly written.
Yes. Legal terminology. 3-2 delivery. In there. Strike 3 call. Fastball from Yuri De Los Santos. And the emphatic half-second delayed strike call of Emil Jimenez. That brings out Yankees manager Aaron Boone. He is signaled to the bullpen with 2 out and nobody on, and Andres Chaparro to be the batter. He will make a pitching change. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, a call to the bullpen. It's the Nationals 3. It's the Nationals 3. The Yankees nothing. Back after this pitching change break on the Nationals base.
Do you want free internet forever? Yeah, we thought so. That's why Spectrum is giving you just that. Free fiber-powered internet forever when you switch and get 4 mobile lines from Spectrum. No internet bills, no taxes, no late fees. Just fast fiber-powered internet. Call 833-901-0178 to find out how. But hurry, this deal won't last forever. Once more, 833-901-0178. Or visit spectrum.com/freeforever to learn more.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Introducing the all-new MLB Plus, your ticket to streaming baseball's best. Enjoy MLB Network 24/7 with live out-of-market.
From Lexington, Kentucky, originally a 33rd round pick by Tampa Bay back in 2019. Comes in to face Andres Chaparro, who is lined to left and struck out. The fourth Yankees pitcher, and a swing and a miss. Actually, a tip back into the glove of the catcher, Niscara. Next offering, that's a called strike. It's 0-2. For Coleman, this is his 4th appearance in Grapefruit League play. He has a hold, and he has a save in 3 innings work. 2 runs, 3 hits allowed. Missing outside with a fastball 1-2. He has given up a home run, but he struck out 7, walked 2 in 3 innings. Next delivery, low outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Last year was a rehab year for Coleman. Coming back from shoulder surgery, swinging a foul in the dirt of the plate. Chaparro still alive. Texas took him from the Yankees in the Rule 5 draft December of 23, wound up returning him to the Yankees. Next delivery, missing outside, count full, 3-2. Coleman this year, non-roster invitee to spring training. And the pitch is outside, ball 4. Chaparro draws a 2-out walk. Had him 0-2 and winds up walking him. Coleman pitched collegiately at the University of Kentucky. Stayed home, as we mentioned, from Lexington. Batter now, Jose Taylor from the left side of the plate. And the first pitch drops in, a called strike 1. Now the pitch. And this one outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. So, story says that drafted by Tampa Bay in the 33rd round, 2019, but did not sign. Eventually signed by the Yankees as a free agent in June of 2020. Pitches inside. 2 balls and a strike.
That was the year the draft was only 5 rounds, the COVID year.
Two balls, 1 strike to count.
It's good that seems a long time ago.
Now the pitch. And it's low. I mean, there are a lot of things in your life, Dave, you would go, wow, that was that long ago, and you know, time's passed and things start to run together. But that's that particular time that you hope you've forgotten about.
Yes. Right.
That you wish it was 100 years ago. Now the pitch, high and outside. Ball 4. Because the only thing that was good in that time is if you had spent a lot of time at home with your wife, that made up for us as much as we're gone during baseball season, the 3 months before or whatever it was till the start of the season in July. It was like the most time you spent in years.
Well, yeah, that and families brought back together because you couldn't you couldn't really be apart.
Yep, exactly. Get a visit to the mound here from the catcher Escara. Drew Millis going to be the batter. He's grounded a first, single to right center, scored one of the Nationals' 2 runs in the 5th inning that stretched their lead to 3-0. So back-to-back walks here. 2 on and 2 out for the Nationals. Pitch to Millis, popped up behind the plate. Foul and going out of play. Strike 1. But other than that, nothing good came out of that time. Nothing. No balls and a strike. The pitch, swing, a ground ball toward the middle, fielded by Lombard. His only play is to first, and stretch in from the first baseman Brown to haul it in. And the inning is over. No runs and no hits. 2 walks and 2 men are left. We are through 6 innings in West Palm Beach. Nationals 3, Yankees nothing on the Nationals Baseball Network.
Do you want free internet forever? Yeah, we thought so. That's why Spectrum is giving you just that. Free fiber-powered internet forever when you switch and get 4 mobile lines from Spectrum. No internet bills, no taxes, no late fees. Just fast fiber-powered internet. Call 833-901-0178 to find out how. But hurry, this deal won't last forever. Once more, 833-901-0178. Or visit spectrum.com/freeforever to learn more.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvutra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvutra for ATTRCM.
Housing lender.
Changes for the Nationals as we go to the 7th inning. New pitcher is CNL Perez. The Nationals will have a new catcher. That's Trace Barrera. New first baseman is Yo-Yo Morales. Orelvis Martinez at second base. Seaver King at shortstop. Sergio Alcantara is the third baseman. Perez delivers. And the first pitch to Spencer Jones bends in. A called strike. In the outfield, Joey Weimer is in left field. Robert Hassel the third in center field. And Christian Franklin the right fielder. Now the pitch. Breaking ball is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. So a whole new lineup for the Nationals. Here's the pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball to the right side. Slowly hit. Charging in Martinez has it. Off balance throw to Morales in time for the out. And there's one away. So CNL Perez, who struggled, sent down to the minor leagues by the Orioles. Thinks he's made a lot of mechanical adjustments to get back to where he was a couple of years ago. This is his second outing of the spring. 1 scoreless inning, earned him a hold in his only other appearance. Seth Brown, the batter. First pitch low and inside from Perez. One ball, no strikes, the count. From the third base side of the rubber, delivers a breaking ball. That one short hops the catcher. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Perez will turn 30 on April the 26th. Cuba native. Originally signed by the Astros at age 16. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. And the count, 2 balls and a strike. Pitch for the Astros in 2018, 19, and 20 briefly each year. It was on to the Reds in 2021. With the Orioles through last year, swing and a miss. And the count 2-2. So Ken Waldichuk, 3 innings, no runs, 1 hit, struck out 2 and walked 1, 39 pitches, 24 strikes. Good outing for him. Good outing for Josiah Gray. That's why the Yankees have no runs and 2 hits. CNL Perez kicks, delivers. Breaking ball hit high in the air, first base side. Over is Morales at the screen and the fence, and he makes the catch for the out. I think the wind brought that one back. I thought it was going to be in the seats. So Yo-Yo did not give up on it. Right up against the screen, kept tracking it, and he makes the catch. 2 men away. They'll bring up Marco Luciano, the designated hitter, popped to short and flied to center field. Perez delivers, breaking ball. That is in for a strike. Next delivery, and that one a little bit high. It's breaking ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Next delivery, squib foul at the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes is the count. Now the left-hander ready. His pitch, swing, and a squibber back to the mound. Perez has it, turns, makes a good throw to first, and the inning is over. 1-2-3 inning for CNL Perez. And we've reached the 7th inning stretch here in West Palm Beach. It's the Nationals 3 and the Yankees nothing. The Nationals Baseball Network.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
The Yankees have made their substitutions as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning here at Cacti Park of the Palm Beaches. Nationals leading the Yankees 3-0. It's like J.P. Escar, the catcher, the only starter remaining in. New pitcher Osvaldo Bido, new first baseman Ernesto Martinez Jr. Zach Short is playing second base. Braden Shoemake is at shortstop, and Caden Kent is the third baseman. Now the pitch, swing, and a ground ball hit by Joey Wiemer. It deflects off the shortstop. Shoemake can't make the play, and Joey Wiemer is aboard. That should be an error, but should
be.
But we'll wait.
But.
Well,
they put an error on the scoreboard, not that that matters.
They did that earlier, too. So here's Bido delivering to Robert Hassel III. Pitch is low, ball one. Wiemer leading from first. And Bido coming set. And time called. The Yankees outfield now, Kennedy Corona is in left field. Duke Ellis is in center, and Jace Avina is in right field. Throw to first. Diving back in is Wiemer. It has been officially scored an error on Shoemake. So now the Yankees have two errors, which is right, but the first error should have been a different play. Swing, and Hassel pops one up. Shallow center field. Ellis moving in, under it waiting, and he makes the catch. One down here in the last of the 7th inning. Nationals leading 3-0. Seaver King comes up now. So Hassel swung the bat well, 5 for 15 despite the out. Seaver King has had 13 at-bats in Grapefruit League play. He has 5 hits. That's .385 with a double and RBI. He's drawn a walk. Runner goes. Pitches a strike. The throw down. The tag. He's out. Second baseman Short applies the tag. J.P. Escara throws out Joey Wiemer. Went in feet first. And it's almost like the slide slowed him down, allowing Short to get the tag on him.
I thought he might have beaten the play, but no challenges allowed on instant replay here in spring training.
So now the pitch to King, low and outside. Pardon me, pitch. King makes it a 1-ball, 1-strike count. 1 out, nobody on. Or 2 out, nobody on now. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. That was a slider missing, 2-1. Strong throw by Escara. And the pitch. It's in there, a called strike. Be interesting to see what the Yankees do re-signing Paul Goldschmidt, a split time with Ben Rice at first, but Rice can also catch. Escara wound up getting into 40 games, so it's like having 3 catchers. Next delivery is low. Count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Rice hit 26 homers, drove in 65. And Goldschmidt only re-signed with the Yankees on February 12th. Now he's at the WBC. 3-2 is outside. Ball 4.
I mean, I think they'd like to get Rice playing time. I don't think Goldschmidt's going to be an everyday player.
No. His numbers declined. Only 10 home runs last year. 4-time Gold Glover. You might want him in there at the end of a game at first base. Here's Christian Franklin getting his first at bat. Pitch on the way is low, ball 1.
We have our attendance, Charlie. It's the largest crowd of the spring here at Cacti. 7,372. Our largest crowd of the spring. Big crowd.
Really big. The 1-0. Runner goes, swinging a looping liner. Oh, a running, leaping catch by Shoemake, the shortstop. And the inning is over. He had the error on the play to start the inning. He makes a sensational play there. Well, the ball off the bat looked like that was going to be a hit into left field. What a play on the bloop liner toward left field. No runs, no hits, an error, a walk, and 1 man left through 7. Nationals 3, Yankees nothing on the Nationals Baseball Network.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
For FDIC, equal housing lender.
8th inning here at Cacti Park of the Palm Beaches. Nationals 3, Yankees nothing. P.J. Pullen taking over the pitching. He'll face the bottom third of the Yankees order, and Zach Short to lead it off. Back in with the play-by-play. Here's Dave Jagler.
Thank you, Charlie. 5th outing of the spring for the left-hander Pullen, 29-year-old lefty, facing Zach Short. Right-handed hitting second baseman. First pitch starts him off with a slider over the outside corner for a strike. Pullen made his major league debut with the Nationals just after his 29th birthday last August and appeared in 28 games down the stretch. Here's the 0-1. Fastball at the belt, strike 2 called. And it's 0-2. Pullen pitched to a 3.65 ERA. He had 5 holds and a save, and gradually pitched in a little higher leverage into the month of September. 0-2. Changeup popped up down the right field side. Morales giving chase on the go. Closing, reaches, can't get to it. Tried to make the over-the-shoulder running catch. That would have been a heck of a play. But it lands harmlessly foul. Pullen averaged, even though he doesn't, his fastball sometimes is upper 80s, low 90s. He averaged over a strikeout per inning because of his effective slider. Nationals picked him up in a waiver claim from the Tigers. He had been designated for assignment when the Tigers acquired Kyle Finnegan. Poulin's 0-2. Misses outside low. PJ will be one of our 2 guests tomorrow at Duffy's for Spring Training Live, 7 to 8. Right here on 106.7 The Fan. AM 980. The lefty pitches. Swing a high drive to the left. Backing up Weimer. Squares up, edge of the warning track. Drifting a step. Now back in onto the grass. Makes the catch. That went up in the air a long time. Short. It's a long fly to left. And that'll bring in left-handed hitting Duke Ellis. Ellis, the center fielder and a left-handed hitter. He is a speed merchant. He's not had a lot of big league time. 8 games with the White Sox and 3 games with the Yankees 2 years ago. Last year he played at AAA Scranton Wilkes-Barre. Lefty to lefty, the pitch. Bunt try, and he missed. He was injured for the first 2.5 months of the season with a torn meniscus. But he ended up among the league leaders in steals in the IL, even though he only played in 68 games. He stole 36 bases, so his speed is a legitimate weapon. 0-1 from Poulin. Again showing bunt. Pulls back. Takes inside. He's asking the umpire if he got hit with it, but it is a ball and a strike. A couple of years ago, he stole 57 bases in the minors. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Took a big rip at the Poulin slider, and it's 1-2. Nationals 3, Yankees nothing, 8th inning. Outfield shades him around to left as Ellis is not known for his power. Barrera sets a low target, the 1-2. And the slider low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nationals a run in the 4th, 2 in the 5th. And they have received strong pitching. 2-2, swinging a pop-up foul. Out of play. The Nationals have had one of the better team ERAs in the Grapefruit League. The only issue for the pitching staff this spring, well, 2 really, fielding, which doesn't affect your ERA, but also walks. Nationals been averaging over 6 walks per 9. The 2-2. Tied him up with an inside breaking ball and he couldn't hold. He struck him out. That was a slider off the inside and tied up the left-handed hitter for strike 3. But tonight, Nationals pitchers have issued just 2 walks. 1 for Josiah Gray in 3 innings, 1 for Ken Waldachuk in 3 innings. They've gone lefties in the bullpen. Waldachuk, Perez, and now Poulin. And Kennedy Corona, the batter. Corona up there from the right side. The pitch. Swinging a foul. That one got a piece of the home plate umpire. We've seen Corona in prior springs in the Astros organization. He'd be a late game replacement. Now wearing number 87 for the Yankees. Aaron Boone not having his batting order line up straight up with the starters. So Corona is batting number 9 spot. Martinez, the first baseman, is on deck. 0-1. This is low and away for a ball. Poulin trying for a 5th scoreless outing this spring. Originally drafted by the Rockies out of the University of Connecticut. The 1-1. Change up too low. 2 balls and a strike. I'm sure we'll talk basketball with PJ Poulin. He's a huge Huskies basketball fan. Women's team undefeated. Men's team got upset by Marquette today. So that cost them the Big East regular season title, but they're a title threat. 2-1, foul tipped into the mid.
So what, though?
I think Dan Hurley got tossed.
We're in the clubhouse today. Florida, Kentucky was on. Florida looks amazing. They might win again.
They kind of labored through the early part of the season, but coming together at the right time, which in the NIL era sometimes takes you a while to get your team geared up for March.
Got a new team every year.
Yeah, the 2-2. Poulin catches the inside corner with a fastball, although Corona will challenge the call. Poulin's already leaving the field. The Yankees utilizing a challenge here. Corona stares out the video board, and he's out. Strike 3 called, it remains, and the Yankees lose the challenge. So Poulin works a 1-2-3 inning with a couple of strikeouts. We can talk about that tomorrow on our Spring Training Live radio.
Associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra vutrisiran is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Do you want free internet forever? Yeah, we thought so. That's why Spectrum is giving you just that. Free fiber-powered internet forever when you switch and get 4 mobile lines from Spectrum. No internet bills, no taxes, no late fees. Just fast fiber-powered internet. Call 833-901-0178 to find out how. But hurry, this deal won't last forever. Once more, 833-901-0178. Or visit spectrum.com/free forever to learn more.
Dealer, contact dealer for details. Ends 3/31/26.
As we get set for the bottom of the 8th, let's pause for station identification along the Nationals radio network. Dave Jagler, Charlie Slows, with our engineer, the jack of all things, Jack Hicks. Vic Ferreira doing yeoman's work back in the studio, working multiple broadcasts, multiple days in a row. Kervin Castro, the burly right-hander, delivers to Yo-Yo Morales. Morales, a big waving swing and a miss for strike 1. The Nationals 3 runs on 4 hits. The Yankees no runs on 2 hits and 2 errors. It's been a while since we've seen Castro. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, launch right center field, well struck, chasing back Ellis on the go, near the warning track, reaches out, makes the catch as he crosses onto the warning track to the right of the 406 mark. Morales gave it a ride, but he's now 0 for 1. The last time we saw Castro, he was a little slimmer. Baseball Reference lists Castro at 6'0", 185. No, that's only if he has 1 foot on the scale. He pitched for the Giants in 21 and 22, and for the Cubs also in 22. I mean, 250? Still at the 6 feet. Here's Sergio Alcantara, himself a former Cub, takes high.
That's 250 on his cardio day.
Yes. Yeah. Here's the set, the 1-0. Swing and a bouncer foul. 1 bounce back into the screen, 1-1. So Alcantara getting a chance in the third baseman spot. Brady House was 0 for 2 with an RBI. On deck,
yeah, I was
we're looking forward to
who's
seeing
on deck.
Gavin Fien, F-I-E-N, Fien. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. And he is a name to know, Nationals fans. He is the big piece acquired from the Texas Rangers in the Mackenzie Gore trade, as Alcantara takes time out with a 1-2 count. One of 5 players acquired. We've seen a lot of Abimelec Ortiz. He's the closest player in that trade to the big leagues, having finished last year at AAA. 1-2, popped in the air to the left field side. Corona is going to cross the foul line, reach up against the side wall, and fan interference is going to be called. So he's out. Corona did not make the catch, but Ron Culpa's called fan interference, and he's ruled the batter Alcantara out. So it's tough for us to see that, but apparently the fan reached over the railing and interfered with Corona. So that is a foul fly to the left fielder with interference.
I can safely say I've never seen or done a game where we had fan interference in a spring training game.
Well, remember where you are. At 8:06 on March the 7th.
That's a new one.
That's also the time we get to see Gavin Fien step in the batter's box for the first time, wearing number 8. in the Nationals red. Drafted out of high school. He's 19 years of age. The pitch is high ball one. He's from Temecula, California, and he was drafted number 12 last year. So with Eli Willits, the number 1 pick, also a shortstop. Here's the 1-0 from Castro. Fiend takes low. Pretty good take there. That pitch was close. 2-0. The Nationals have 2 of the top 12 picks, both high school shortstops in their organization, in Eli Willits and Gavin Fiend. And in all the prospect rankings, those two are at or near the top as far as position players. The 2-0. Fiend swings away and pops it foul out of play to the right. After being drafted by the Rangers, number 12, he played in 10 games for the Rangers' low-A affiliate Hickory. It means he was a crawdad. Hickory Crawdads. 10 games, 220 hitter with 3 doubles, 7 RBIs. The pitch. Fiend grounds one up the first base line. It's off the glove of the first baseman. Grabbed out of the air by Martinez. He'll flip to the pitcher covering, and they get the out. So Martinez did a good job batting it up in the air and catching it out of the air and feeding the pitcher. And so Fiend's first spring training at bat as a National ends in a 3-1 ground out. Nationals just close out a spring training win. The Yankees come to bat for the 9th. Nationals 3, Yankees nothing on the Nationals Radio Network.
Do you want free internet forever? Yeah, we thought so. That's why Spectrum is giving you just that. Free fiber-powered internet forever when you switch and get 4 mobile lines from Spectrum. No internet bills, no taxes, no late fees. Just fast fiber-powered internet. Call 833-901-0178 to find out how. But hurry, this deal won't last forever. Once more, 833-901-0178. Or visit spectrum.com/freeforever to learn more.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
At visit.va250.org. America made in Virginia.
The 30-year-old left-hander Richard Lovelady looking for a Grapefruit League save. The Nationals lead the Yankees 3-0 as Lovelady is on to make his 5th appearance of the spring. He was claimed off of waivers from the Mets in late January. Pitched last year briefly for Toronto and 8 appearances for the Mets. Well-traveled lefty will face the top of the Yankees order. The first baseman, left-handed hitting Ernesto Martinez Jr. The pitch from Lovelady, waved at and missed. First pitch slider. Lovelady, fastball, slider, and occasional change. Has a low 3/4 arm angle. And works third base side of the rubber. The 0-1. Inside. Often you'll see a left-handed pitcher work the first base side of the rubber to a left-handed hitter, especially if you drop down a little bit, just to give you that feeling like you're almost coming from behind the hitter, but he works third base side. The 1-1. Breaking ball lined left center field. That's down. It's going to be a base hit. Played on a bounce by Weimer. So Ernesto Martinez Jr. with a base hit. That is just the Yankees' 3rd hit. They had 1 hit in the 2nd inning against Gray, 1 hit in the 6th inning against Waldichuk, and now a leadoff single in the 9th. That'll bring in the catcher, Miguel Palma. He replaced J.C. Escarra just in the last half inning. So he'll bat from the right side. Nationals set the infield, hoping to turn 2. The pitch. Fastball cut on and missed. 92 from Lovelady. Came up through the Kansas City Royals organization. Drafted way back in 2016 out of Kennesaw State. 0-1. Up and away. A ball and a strike. Nationals will turn it around very quickly and host the Astros, their neighbors here, It's actually a doubleheader day here at Cacti. The Astros played the Marlins at noon. They cleared the ballpark, and the Yankees here tonight. The pitch. Low inside with a slider. They'll appeal. No on the swing. Next Saturday, the Nationals and Astros will also with a doubleheader, but the Nationals will play the matinee. That'll be a Saturday game at noon a week from now against the Marlins. Then the Astros will play the night game. 2-1. Low inside. They'll appeal again. And again, he didn't go. This is something they've done here the last couple of years, courtesy of our old friend, Mr. Pitch Clock.
Be hard to have 2 games without the pitch clock, right?
Well, you could. You'd have to make it a doubleheader. Couldn't clear the park. The 3-1. That's at the knees, a fastball. Of course, here with the Nats and Astros home admission, they clear the park. And if you want to go to both, you got to have 2 tickets. Full count, Lovelady against Palma. Here it is. Swing and a miss. He got him on the breaking ball, then pumped his fist. Lovelady celebrating the first out of the inning emphatically.
It was on the verge of issuing the walk and came back to get him.
That'll bring in the shortstop, Braden Shoemake. He's a left-handed hitter. Shoemake has big league time. Here's the pitch from Lovelady. Fastball over the outside corner. 2023 was briefly with the Braves, and 2024 with the White Sox. Yankees picked him up on a waiver claim from the Kansas City Royals in February of last year. 0-1, dribbled out in front of the plate. Fair ball picked up by Barrera. He'll take the throw to first to get the sure out. So that'll mean the Nationals are an out away. He didn't even look at second base. Throws him out 2-3. So the final hope for the Yankees will be Jace Avina, their right fielder.
There's no question. Barrera, much easier, shorter throw to first for the sure out.
So 3-0 Nationals. Avina up there from the right side of the plate. Runner leads from second. The pitch. Breaking ball. Called strike, 0-1. Lovelady gets ahead. Richard, number 55. Toes the rubber with his left foot. The set at the belt. A long hold. The kick and the delivery. Swing a grounder, third base side, foul. Reaching forward on the range was Alcantara. Went under his glove and down the line. No balls and 2 strikes. Crowd of 73,072 has thinned a little bit, but it'll be a...
Did you say 73,072?
73,72. I just said crowd of 73,72.
Oh.
That would be a sellout, 73,000.
We need a few more seats.
It's a big crowd, 73-72. The 0-2. Right down the middle, strike 3 called. And the Nationals shut out the Yankees 3-0. Josiah Gray was very good over his 3 innings. The Nationals bullpen from there completes the shutout as the Nationals split their 2 games with the Yankees this spring. Now 7-4-3. And the Nationals' impressive pitching today closes out the shutout. So in the ninth.